Welcome everybody to day number 2 of the Activision Blizzard Media Agency Showdown, a day of the third US Agency Showdown here. My name's Infinity. I'm joined by I Hold Shift for this. We have just 8 teams remaining in the tournament in the fight for the title of Best Agency. If you guys are new to what the Agency Showdown is, effectively it is a tournament for the agencies of Activision Blizzard Media, and effectively it's a tournament where everyone can have some fun, even though we're all kind of apart at the moment. Of course, Alan, you and I are always apart, which is super sad to me, because obviously we live, on very different parts of the globe, but it's good to hear your voice yet again today. This is the second time that you and I got to cast today.
And we connected earlier by listening to some Incubus. We have now fully opened the door for Incubus to be just bringing up the life of a Brody Lion. No, I'm really excited to see what today's action has to give us, because I'm literally looking forward to at least 2 of these matches that I think are going to be really, really good ones overall. We were kind of treated to a number of great individual performances yesterday and a couple of teams that are looking really strong as a collective 3. So hopefully that means that this day number 2 and this second round of the winners bracket is going to be a very, 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 very good one. And here are those teams that we're looking at, those matches that I was kind of mentioning, NYNY and Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies. Not only is it fun to say, but they're very good and very fun to watch as well. And then also that Farm Team versus TKOI matchup. I'm also very much so looking forward to that one. Not to say anything against GRPs and RPGs and Flicka or 789 and 4PM Cleanout, but you have to remember that Flicka and 4PM Cleanout, I won't say that the only reason that they're here is because they were at the favorable side of a disqualification, but that was a major reason why they are here.
Same with 789 as well, right? I mean, you got to remember they got that first map, I think it was, against the Pinnacle Death Squad, which they got because Pinnacle Death Squad were using the field mic. So there were a few disqualifications that went around yesterday, but it's all good now. We have our 8 teams for the quarterfinals. Let's take a look at our rule set for today, and to be fair, for the tournament generally, and just talk about really what this how this tournament works. Of course, for those of you who are kind of unaware, this is a search and destroy tournament. Teams are competing in a single elimination style bracket. Of course, since every game is going to be search and destroy effectively, it's going to be basically round-based, technically objective game mode, even though you don't get respawns here. So, of course, if for a search and destroy, your objective is to get the bomb down if you're on the offense and stop that bomb from going down if you're on the defense, or you can take each other out as well. That does work too. And for everybody at home as well, make sure you guys are following along on Twitter with this tournament, and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel for all of this action. For all this Agency Showdown and future Agency Showdowns will be going live from Activision Blizzard Media's YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for all notifications when we do go live. And additionally, make sure you follow Twitter at ActiveBlizzMedia and use the hashtag Agency Showdown to get involved with all the action.
Yeah, I'm really, really pumped, I think, just to continue on with this, but also see, because we have players that played with us during Modern Warfare that are now giving it their first go here with Cold War. But if we were to just assume, I've got no idea if this is true or not, that we run another one at the end of the year to see how these teams kind of get back together again and maybe improve. Again, just to go over that format, single elimination all the way throughout this one, but it is going to be best of 3 throughout the entirety of the day. So yesterday we saw a lot of 2-0s overall, hoping that we get a couple of tighter matchups here today. But like I mentioned, there are a number of our teams that are in the mix that are very, very good. And I could very much so still see there being a pretty hefty skill gap between some of these squads as we get into the action for our first matchup.
Absolutely. While I've got your guys' attention then, just want to mention that, as always, when we get into the penultimate day of action, we do have some MVP nominations to talk about. I believe the poll is now up on Twitter. So our 4 MVP nominations for this tournament are going to be Ben Buckets from the Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, Headliner from NYNY, Sean Nolson from GRPS and RPGs, and Skills from TKOI, or the Kings of It. I believe Sean Nolson was actually, I want to say, was nominated for MVP last time around when they were on Goats from State Farm. I'm not entirely sure though. At the very least, I believe that Goats from State Farm did have a MVP nominee, so it's nice to see Sean Nolson back into the mix of things here this time around. So again, make sure you guys check out the Twitter. The poll is up at the moment and you have 24 hours to vote for your MVP champion. This time around, I hope that our MVPs all survive until the final day, because of course for the UK Agency Showdown, Alan, that didn't happen.
Yeah, it's expectations are kind of hard to measure, I feel like, overall, when it comes down to some of these squads in total and kind of what we're going to expect to see when it comes to the gameplay. It's a little bit hard to really evaluate at times because, let's be honest, a lot of our players are coming out of likely playing a lot of Warzone, maybe not getting league play experience in, maybe they're new to Search and Destroy, so it's kind of hard to kind of get a full gauge. But again, like you mentioned, there are a lot of incredible players, so that MVP vote is definitely up and ready to go for us. We have a handful of really solid candidates on our hands, and taking a look at the bracket, again, this is essentially a copy-paste of what we saw over in the head-to-head matchup, and this is how our teams got to where they got through their first-round matchups overall. A lot of fun names again, but still, I'm looking at Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. I'm hoping they win this match solely because I want to see them get to the last day so we can see this creation come to life in the custom graphics that these teams get for making that final day.
Yeah, same. The custom graphics, the logo. Apparently, there was already, I don't know if it was an official one or there was a player-made logo already in the in our Discord, ready to go for the Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies. Of course, to be fair, you could probably make one up from clip art, given the fact all you need is a rubber duck and a ball of fire. That being said, I'm super excited to see the logo if they do get through to tomorrow. Let's take a look at our game number 1 then. We're getting right into the swing of things here, Alan, with NYNY versus Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies, and we're in Moscow to kick off day number 2.
And again, new maps here as we played through Garrison and Checkmate, and one instance of Miami yesterday. Moscow wasn't on the table. Obviously, it will be here, and we talked about it. You're getting away from these one-lane maps, and you're getting a much more open space. It's going to mean that your awareness from Search and Destroy's perspective is going to have to be a bit higher. And, well, it's going to be the first 2 kills for Bushquail, Headliner. Headliner, one of those MVP candidates, going up against Bun Buckets, who was another one of our candidates. So we will at least get one of them come through. So we'll see how things kind of go.
Well, Headliner going to close out game number 1. Now, if you remember yesterday, Headliner was actually one of the better players on this squad. Of course, I think they all had a pretty good game overall. I think, we pointed out in game number 2 that M-Fried needed to step things up, and he did. Same overall with Bushquail and Headliner. They had some great game 1. So really, overall here, this whole NYNY roster can step things up when it's required. They draw first blood here in Search and Destroy on Moscow. Let's see how Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies do respond. They look to send this bomb over towards the A site. This is, of course, the more common of the 2 sites on this map. Headliner, though, going to get those first few shots in. That's going to push Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies back for now.
No kills as of yet. Just passive gameplay so far. Headliner's going to find first blood. Ben Buckets looking for the trade. Will be denied. Headliner. Okay there, bud. All right. Well, New York, NYNY, whatever it happens to stand for, I'm thinking it stands for New York, New York. But regardless of what it is, it's all NYNY so far, being flawless here in the second round.
Good stuff from NYNY there. And I think right off the bat, realistically, it is one of those cases where for a map such as Moscow, and again, you don't want to go too deep into the analytical here, but for a map such as Moscow, trying to get to that A-bomb site is paramount on offense. You can go to B, and that has, of course, changed over the course of time. We are starting to see more B hits on this Search and Destroy map, but A is much easier to get to, and if you're NYNY on that defense, you just do such a great job of stopping Fire-Breathing Rubber Duckies at the first hurdle. For now, though, we're right back into round number 3. Look at this question coming out from NYNY, but it is all for naught as Mangonj is able to pick up that first blood against Headliner. Now a 2 versus 3 for M-Fried and Bushquail. They do have the bomb in hand, though, Alan, so that's something.
How about a Groza here for Ben Buckets this time around? I don't think he used this yesterday. High fire rate in this weapon leads to some meltability. And well, Bushquill will be the last player that's alive. It's a 1v3, and for as much as we've talked largely on Headliner, it was actually Bushquill in the first map yesterday that played very, very well. So I would not rule him out for a potential 1v3, especially now that he's got the bomb planted.
Bushquill 1 versus 3. It is more than possible here. I believe we saw Bushquill get a 1 versus 3 yesterday, actually. So more than possible. It's probable at this point. Bushquail, though, puts those first few shots in. None of them going to connect, so Sage Freak going to get away scot-free. And all Bushquail has to do here in this situation is just stop this bomb from being defused. Ben Buckets is on it. He throws a nade out, and unfortunately gets involved in the blast zone of his own Semtex. That's going to be around for the fire-breathing rubber duckies.
And we've seen that a couple times in the last 2 days. I think we've seen like 3 or 4 self-nades on accident. A couple of them a little bit more comedic than that one in specific, but yeah, it's good to see Ben Buckets kind of stepping up here. It's an easy first blood, right? But beyond that, also assisting his team for the second kill gives him a favorable position. Mangonj also 2-2. Sage Freak has not gotten involved as of yet, but it's still early. And that's a big round for fire-breathing rubber duckies just to make sure that they're staying in this game and not getting too far behind too early.
Well, fire-breathing rubber duckies gonna finally get around to the board here in round number 3. Now they go on the offense themselves, Alan. It looks to send this bomb over towards B. Mangonj with the AK-47. Is not going to get too far just yet. Headliner is going to pick up that first blood.
Good stuff thus far. 5-1 for Headliner. Definitely showcasing why he is an MVP candidate. And for the FBRDs, they are a little bit stuck right now in gold. Need to make a rotation. Headliner could very well just cut this off, but the timing will not be in his favor as he backs away just as Mangonj comes out of the hotel lobby. And he's going to rotate right over to A. Time becoming a bit of a problem. 30 seconds. Remember, 7.5 to defuse, 5 seconds to plant. Looks like he should be able to get on here, but again, there's not a lot of space cleared, so there's a lot of trust that there's nobody around, and he would be correct for now. FFAR for Ben Buckets, good for the elimination, and we'll go 2v2.
Just got to defend this bomb. Sure, fire-breathing rubber duckies. Looks to be a pincer attack coming in from NYNY. Bushquail from one side, Mfried from the other. Mfried wins his one-on-one. Mangonj wins it against Bushquail, though, and this creates a one-on-one engagement. Mfried going for it. It's going to be a win for the fire-breathing rubber duckies. Great trade there for Mangonj. He's actually going to pick up 2 in the closing moments.
Really good stuff. 2-2 we go. Again, the initial kills are great. Careful, Mangonj nearly self-teammated himself again. Would have connected with the wall in front of him, but it was a trophy that fortunately avoided much embarrassment. But how about Mangonj? 3 kills in a row. We again talked largely about Ben Buckets as the MVP candidate, but it's really been Mangonj who's found a lot of the major kills in the rounds that have allowed fire-breathing rubber duckies to get back into the mix here. Ben Buckets, sure, a couple of first bloods, but when there's a fight over coming around a bomb site, it's been Mangonj who's largely done a lot of the work. So good to see another teammate stepping up here for fire-breathing rubber duckies. Not to say that he didn't play well yesterday, but again, what we're looking for here in day 2 is who are the teams that can bring the full force of all 3 players, and nice long-range shots from Headliner with the 74U. The 74 for Bushquill was good for first blood, and now it's just down to Sage Freak for 1v3.
What can you do if you're Sage Freak in this situation? You've just lost 2 rounds in a row, Alan. Or you just won 2 rounds in a row, pardon me. Now you got to pull off a 1 versus 3 with a bomb down. I mean, this is a position that Bushquail was in only 2 rounds prior, so can Sage Freak do what Bushquail didn't? Well, he's got the first step, right? He's taken out Mfried, but the problem for Sage Freak now is you're in a 1 versus 2. You've got to approach the bomb site relatively quickly, to be honest, and unfortunately, well, isn't able to do it.
All right, so back and forth we've gone. 2 rounds in a row for each. But that's broken up by NYNY. Again, really kind of a hard press situation for Sage Freak, really to do much of anything, you felt like. So 1-4 for him, but still a round loss. Headliner at 7-2 through 6 rounds so far. Bushquill at 3-2. And it looks like this bomb will make a play towards B here. Defensively, NY have 2 players sitting mid-map, but it just comes down to, will Emfried read this play? Because he's the one who's watching that crossover towards the street side. And he's about to make point of contact. Yeah, there's a couple of shots. So he has seen Mangonj cross over. Headliner's all the way around the back, and he could just blow this play up individually if he catches some good timing through gold.
That's the question. Will it happen, though? That is the question here. The golden question, you might say. Alan is... Well, Headliner's going to go around the outside, so he's actually only going to catch one of them. Has caught Ben Buckets off guard. I don't know if he has any idea where the Sage Freak is. At the very least, do you feel like with Mangonj falling out, it's only a matter of time before Sage Freak's positioning is revealed. 30 seconds on the clock anyway. You've got to get this bomb. Sage Freak is in a horrible position.
Although, almost timing onto one. Would have been a good first play, but now there's help, and he can't get the gun up in time to do much of anything beyond that. So, now again, we go 2 rounds one way, 2 rounds the other, and right back to 2 rounds the first way. So it's a little bit of a metronome, back and forth it comes. But it will need to be at least around here. You don't want to go down 5-2 if you're fire-breathing rubber duckies. So in my mind, this would be a must-win round, and can you get Ben Buckets involved? He pulled out the Groza early, had an FFAR, kind of a bit of a question mark as far as maybe what loadout he wants to run versus Headliner 74U and Bushquill's 74, or 47 rather. 9-2 for Headliner, just getting aggressive once more through escalators. He's going to have a little bit of help with him. It's Bushquill right behind, and Emfried is riding the caboose behind this entire play. Fire-breathing Roduckies were stacked up in the middle of the map, but they've got no information at all over towards this A site, and if Headliner pushes up and gets a plant off, he would be uncontested if he were to make that play.
NY now going to get this bomb down over towards A. Fire-breathing rubber duckies. They could execute a good pinch hit. With Mangonj coming up, the Eskies, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Bushquell gets the trade. Players got all the way through the bomb site, actually. Ben Buckets him. Emfried now's got to pull off a 1 versus 3. Now, the good news for Emfried is he has the bomb to work with, so has taken out Ben Buckets. Now all he's realistically got to do is keep Mangonj and the Sage Freak away from this site. Can they do it? Sage Freak jumps on the defuse. Emfried, if he plays this perfectly, this could be amazing. Has spotted out. Okay, decides to throw a smoke, I believe that was. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, it was a frag grenade.
Oh, no!
Ends up getting the kill in the end anyway. But the defuse comes in before anything can happen to stop the round.
That is the bomb carrier. I mean, he's looking right at him. I mean, that came down to fractions of a second. If that grenade goes off just a touch earlier, that's the bomb diffuser dead and an opportunity to, again, kill that clock off. But I don't think Emfried recognized that there were players right in front of him. So that's interesting. But fire-breathing rubber duckies, they are able to get the round that we said was required. Will this again go 2 for 2 in the rounds? Fire-breathing rubber duckies with 2 in a row would be able to tie this game back up, and that would also lend towards the trends in this map so far. And it's going to be a 3-man stack again over to the outside. Once more, Emfried has read this play, sees one cross, also sees the second. Shots aren't even close, but regardless, he sees the play is coming towards B.
Headliner looking for this gunfight, going to get it, and at the same time, Emfried picks up Mangonj. So the Sage Freak now, 1 versus 3. Not a chance, my friend. Caught with his pants down in the street. And no rubber duckies to cover up with. It's this play, really, from Headliner coming around on the flank. The Sage Freak, you're in this position. You're getting shot from a multitude of different directions. There's not really much that you can do.
No, not really. It's the same offensive play, though, once more. You got the same wrap over towards B, the same defensive play from behind. And, well, that's going to have to be something that will have to change eventually, but you need to get 3 rounds in a row now if you're fire-breathing rubber duckies. And NY's offense is going to be fully stacked. They want to go right back over to A, see if this time, if they can win out these years opening a gunfights. Mangonj's going to make a play forward. Gets completely taken apart as Bushquill was waiting for him. Headliner's clearing the other angle, and this will be a 3v2 situation that you're looking at Ben Buckets to have to step up, and, well, as soon as he tries to make a peek, he falls, and this is looking like it will be map point.
Could well be. I mean, look, let's not count out the Sage Freak just yet. He's the freak, right? He could well, you know, waltz his way through this 1 versus 3. I don't want to count anybody out, Shift, right? I want to have confidence in everybody, but hey, maybe it might be pretty well placed as he gets that first gunfight against Mfried. Now a 1 versus 2. This is a manageable situation if you can catch him off guard. You can get Bushquell. This would be huge, but no. Okay, I was wrong, Shift. I'm sorry. I apologize. I will never, ever doubt you again.
Yeah, pretty tough. Pretty tough overall. But hey, that's just, again, the situation at hand. If you're headliner and Bushquell, you get the opening first 2 kills. They're on the best 2 players on the team. I think the results were pretty expected at that point. Again, Sage Freak hasn't shown that he's able to handle 1v2s before. It would be hard to say that he would be able to handle 1v3, especially against the caliber opponents that are here in Winners Round 2. So, yeah, good first map overall. Again, Moscow off the table. We'll be jumping into map number 2 as soon as it's ready for you. And again, it is still a best of 3, so it's going to have to be a map 2 and map 3 win here for Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies if we want to see the vision of that graphic come to life. I know I'm still hoping for it. Maybe we can get like a consolation prize, like, okay, you guys came with the best team name. Here's a fun logo for you. I just want to see what it looks like.
You know what, Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies, you make sure you go watch some, like, I don't know, go watch Scump's class video at the moment. Get on some competitive classes right now from week 1. Make sure you got the AK-47 in there as well. I want them on top form at the moment because I fully agree with you, Alan. I want to see that logo. I want to see it. Actually, to be fair, even if they don't get through, I will make a very special request with the production that we do get to see the logo that would have been, because that would be super cool. That being said, hey, things are looking pretty good for NYNY. You know, actually, for NYNY, while we're having this conversation actually about the logos, what could their logo be? I'm always surprised by the logos that Activision Blizzard Media pull out for this event every single time with the last 4 teams. What are NYNY? Is it like a slice of pizza? You know, like a sort of the New York skyline. What is it that you would pick if you had to choose a logo?
I would have to, like, I'm kind of picturing just like that lower part of like Manhattan and like Long Island, like a big star right on top of it. Because I have to figure this has to stand for like New York, New York. I don't know what else NYNY would relate to, so that would be my guess. And I'm hoping that there is some like overhead, like bird's eye view would be cool of like the outline of the city or something. That'd be pretty sick.
Yes,
if that's the case. I don't know. I'm not a graphic designer, although I try to fiddle. I'm not that creative.
Yeah, neither. I think my creativity, you know, sort of starts and ends at being able to make jokes on broadcast. That's it. That's the extent of my creativity. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to do logos, which means that these guys who do the logos are very talented. And trust me, when it comes to tomorrow, you guys will absolutely enjoy them. That being said, one of these teams is going to get a logo. Let's see which one it is. Mfried coming forward, surely not number 2, not to be. Ben Buckets comes in with a trade. That leaves it a 2 versus 2 now. NYNY still have yet to plant this bomb. Ben Buckets has eyes over B. Bushquell with the trade. Now 1v1 between Mangonj and Bushquell.
This should be a pretty even 1v1. It's going to come largely down to timing, I believe, as it's 25 seconds of the clock. Mangonj is just sitting up top in Laundry, and this turn, does he see Bushquell? They see each other, the shots come out, but it's Bushquell who gets the weapon up first. And with that, wins the gunfight and gives NYNY the first round, rather.
Big 1v1 to kick things off for Bushquell, of course, with the fire-breathing Rubber Duckies losing game number 1 by the margin that they did. Of course, you know, you'd expect them to come out here and really need to have a good start to the game, but they did not. Good clutch from Bushquell in round number 1. Now we trade back over as Rubber Duckies are going to be on the offense. They're choosing a little bit of a different side of attack here to NYNY in round number 1. They're going towards A. Arguably a harder bomb site to hit and get this bomb down. And of course, it's not the best choice from them as NYNY have 2 players on the defense over here.
Well, timing in the middle of the map could be everything here. Ben has stayed prone, so Mfried didn't see him. But now as he mantles over the top, Ben gets the easy kill. He has made the swap over to the AK-47, and he's got diamond ARs, so, I mean, the guy plays, that's for sure, and he plays a lot with these assault rifles, you would figure. Finds a second kill, but meanwhile, Headliner had found 2 of his own, so it leads us to another 1v1, but Ben is the player who needs to try to collect the bomb.
1v1. Again, this game just could not be closer, Alan, between the Headliner and Ben Buckets. Of course, as you rightly point out, though, you gotta get this bomb if you're a Ben Buckets. He is pretty far away from the action. 20 seconds left. I'm a little bit concerned that this might be one of those situations where the player takes so long to get the bomb that they might not get it down. We aren't going to see that here, though, Alan. We're not going to see any slip-ups of time. Ben Buckets is getting this bomb down.
Well, okay. That gives him a little bit more time to play within a small advantage now that he knows exactly where the bomb is planted, and he could set himself up to just kind of play cautiously over the top of it. Headliner trying to clear the space in front. Doesn't see anything initially. Now he sees Ben right on top, and he's got to make a play. 26 seconds. He's going to cut to the middle of the map. This is a safe rotation. Just comes down to, can he get far enough forward to deal with this player up top, who no longer actually is. He's thinking that he's that direction, but Ben has slipped the net, finds him from the side stairway, and we get tied up one apiece.
That's a good one versus one there. You know, I was a little bit concerned that there was going to be a little bit of a mistake, not picking up the bomb and not getting it down in time. But good play overall, good close plant positioning, of course, to get on top of what that we call the laundry stairs, because there's a room there where the person who owns this giant mansion that's his laundry room, essentially. Which there was a video I saw on Twitter recently, kind of funny, where it was obviously because the bedroom. You know, the bedroom is over by the pool, right? The person doing the laundry, to get their laundry out.
That's so true.
Room, they have to go so far to get to their bedroom and put it in the cupboard.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is not a logistically built mansion. Like, you've got the laundry in one space, you've got the kitchen in another, your garage is even attached to like a major road. Like, wait, I've never thought about this before. You've just blown my mind. I would actually never want to live here. I would absolutely take Hacienda's little mansion setup before I would take raids, without question.
Beautiful. Hacienda is a beautiful map. Apart from the lion that's like under the map, I wouldn't want to get mauled by that by accident. I'd slip up one day and then death by lion.
Anyway, all I can think about is the logistics of this house.
Yeah. I'm making you think about it now, aren't I? Yeah. It's like the bedroom is its own area. It's just like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, oh dearie me, fire breathing rubber duckies now find themselves in a 2 versus 2. Got to get this defused, and they are very fast split up. I'm unsure exactly what Sage Freak is doing at the moment, to be honest. I think he's checking out the lockers over towards basketball. I don't know if they're aware that this bomb is down and they need to defuse it, but I think with 15 seconds left, we can safely say that Sage Freak needs to get a GPS right now.
Yeah. Oh.
Somebody ordered this man a TomTom.
It looks like he was lagging for a second there on his way through.
Yeah.
He's moving like into a wall right now. That's not great news. But NY regardless win the round because Sage Freak was nowhere to be found. So 2-1 tally right now in favor of them, as we've seen largely I think nothing but offense so far.
Well, these have been really close rounds, I think, overall. I know Raid is a very big map, and so, you know, it does take quite a while to get into the action, whereas on Moscow, for example, because A is normally the bomb site of choice, you effectively see rounds come and go relatively quickly, but obviously for Raid, it's a lot more methodical. It's a lot more thought out in terms of the way in which you play these rounds. So that might be why those rounds are taking much longer. But so far, NY have come better off it with a 2-1 advantage. Fire-breathing rubber duckies. Now with the bomb in hand, it's going to be Mangjonj trying to make his way over towards B. And I think we're correcting, assuming that the Sage Freak is having some issues with connectivity at the moment because they're essentially sat in spawn, not being able to do anything. So we'll effectively say this is a 1 versus 2 for Ben Buckets and ask what they can do as they come around on the flank. Lovely drop shot from Ben Buckets. That AK-47 is a very powerful weapon in the right hands. And for Ben Buckets now, a 1 versus 1 against the Headliner. Headliner looking at these gunfights. The shots going everywhere, but Ben Buckets, and they will end up finish it. And now we get 35 seconds of the Sage Freak. Checking out all the plants in this map, all the texture detail that we get from the beautiful game that is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah, there's got to be something. Yeah, there's something absolutely going on with this setup. I mean, you see him like every now and again where he kind of just like stutter steps right there. Like he's just not able to move. So not sure if there's any clarification on what's happening from his end to our admins or what, but there is very clearly something going wrong. But it will be a 3rd round for NY, and lucky for Headliner that Ben Buckets got out of his prone position because he was not shooting down, and it only was because Ben steps up and puts his head right in the line of where he was shooting, of why that kill comes through. So fortunate to be in the position that they are in. Again, really great app shots there from Ben Buckets, just going from the bottom side, kind of wide out in the open, over up to the money window. Really good stuff there, but he's going to have to absolutely go huge because it looks like Sage Freak is having some problems.
Well, NYNY now on the offense. I mean, again, they're effectively in a 3 versus 2. They're already 1-0 up in the series, so this is like the roughest end, really, for the fire-breathing rubber duckies. They've run out of gasoline. NYNY looking to get this bomb down over towards A. Now, the one good thing here for the fire-breathing rubber duckies is they do have a player coming on the flank here. It's going to be Mangonj trying to make this one work. NYNY now. Looking to get this bomb down. Of course, there is some great defense. Their Sage Freak is down now for the round, although that doesn't really give NYNY much of an advantage, Alan.
No, not really. I mean, just because he's been lagging up, but that's a major advantage. Headliner, 5 kills in a row, takes down Ben Buckets. Last player is Mangonj, and he gets caught trying to rotate underneath the bedroom. 4-1 for NYNY, 2 rounds away from getting a 2-0 in this series and moving on to the winner semifinals, and largely disappointing us for not being able to see that creation, which would be the fire-breathing rubber ducky. I'm like picturing, have you okay, this is going to be a lost reference, and I'm going to be really upset with you.
Well, it might not be. Come on, man.
Have you seen Ghostbusters? Oh my god. So there's this part of Ghostbusters where the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man gets brought to life.
Sorry, what did you say?
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Do you guys
tell me that's not serious?
No, it's like a real brand. At least it was. I don't know if they still make them, but like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man was like a brand ambassador for marshmallows, like back in like the 80s and 90s. And there's this part of the movie where, like they're challenged to essentially like not think of anything bad, and I think it's Dan Aykroyd's character thinks about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and gets brought to life in like giant form. I'm picturing a rubber ducky in giant form, like King Kong style, with fire coming out of its mouth. And it looks like we're about to be denied that, as Ben Buckets is in a 1v3. Go watch Ghostbusters, dude. It's so good.
Well, I can't watch Ghostbusters now. I'm casting some goddamn Call of Duty shit.
Well, not right now, but later.
Well, technically I could. I don't know if it would be a good idea, but I could. NYNY providing some good enough entertainment at the moment anyway. They're walking through the fire-breathing rubber duckies. And again, you know, there's only so much you can take away from this because it is just one of those unfortunate situations where it does really seem like the Sage Freak is just having a rough go of it.
Yep.
One more search and destroy round. NYNY will make it official. They'll book themselves a lovely logo and a place in tomorrow's final day of Agency Showdown 3 action here in the United States of America. NYNY now just got to book it here. They're going to go towards this A bomb site. There's one player to stop, and guess who it is? It's the Sage Freak all along.
Well, not going to happen. Just down to Mangonj. Needs to go to 6-6 with 3 straight kills here for the 1v3. Does well define the first. That is on the headliner. So maybe a brief opening in the clouds has kind of come to him to give him some light. Getting chased right now. Bushquail is literally right on his footsteps. And he decides to go up instead of down. I was like, maybe we consider their execution coming in if he decides to move any further forward. Please. 20 seconds. Mangonj will be caught from behind. He's going to try to stick for a defuse. Does Bushquail see him? Hello, Bushquail?
No, somebody.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Crisis averted. Alan, could you imagine? He just checks all the corners. Nobody watching over the bomb, right? No, nobody's watching. Okay, it's just Mangonj. Just want to check, guys. Yep, all right, Mangonj. We'll take him out. Yeah, classic, bloody classic. Really is, isn't it? But yeah, so unfortunate there, really, for that team. It is just one of those things. And the fire-breathing rubber duckies, well, they breathe fire no more. They're done. They're out.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, man. I'm just a little... I really wanted to see it come to life. And I'm telling you, man, in my mind, all I can see is that scene from Ghostbusters, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man running through the streets of New York. And it would have been appropriate, too, because fire-breathing rubber duckies were playing up against NYNY, which very well could have meant New York, New York. So we could have gotten the mashup that we never knew that we would have had coming into this agency showdown. But such is life. And we jump over to our second matchup. It's GRPs and RPGs going up against Flicka, Bag of Milk, who was our MVP from last year's Modern Warfare showcase. Him and Sean Olsen, I believe, are in the running for a candidacy here once more. Pizza Tattoo just happy to be here largely. And again, Flicka, they're in this matchup, like you mentioned, because they got that disqualification. It went map 3 between them and Team UL. So you feel like there's got to be a lot more favor here for GRPs and RPGs, just based on the fact that they have fully dominated their way into this matchup.
Well, this is the match that, realistically speaking, I think there's going to be a lot more in it. All of these players across the board can have their moments. Super hot. Takes out 1, takes out 2. Looking for an ace in this round. A Bag of Milk for a 1 versus 3 as well. All we need to do is defend this bomb for essentially 13 more seconds. Stop it. Stop somebody from getting the suits. Oh, that would be such a nice nade. If it does land, I don't believe it does. Thinking 1 is going to close out the round, of course. And this is going to be Flicka. A flawless retake.
Okay. Good stuff for Flicka, so maybe I spoke too soon. Things looking pretty positive for them in that opening round. And again, this is map number 1 between them. They are playing the same maps. Every matchup, rather, is playing the same map. So we will see the Moscow. We will see the Raid. That much a guarantee, and we'll see it a handful of times here today. But a nice retake all the way through. Super hot with 2 kills. Thing King with another. And no kills to speak of so far for GRPs and RPGs. And you got to keep in mind that you've got the ability to run overkill in this. Say about it what you will. Not exactly what we'd call a competitive rule set, but it is allowed in league play, so hey, whatever. And you're going to see this. Lots of snipers to open up. And with that overkill, they can bring a different primary as their quote-unquote secondary. So expect to see snipers and SMGs pretty much largely all the way throughout this map.
Your favorite wildcard, Alan.
Yep.
A Lawbreaker. We do love to see
Sure is.
Oh, dear. I love that you hate me for using Lawbreaker.
Hate is a strong word, but I definitely frown hearing that.
Yeah, well, it gets me my gems. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? And for all these Flicka players, you gotta do what you gotta do. Unfortunately for them, though, Sean Nelson coming from no, a Pizza Tattoo. Super hot thought about it. A Pizza Tattoo did it. And now Thinking 1 in a 1 versus 3. It's not to be. And it's a trade here. GRPS and RPGs. Gonna pick up a round.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. For a Pizza Tattoo, do you think he has found inspiration for his username because he has a tattoo of a pizza? And if so, what kind of pizza? Is it just a slice? Is it a full pizza?
That's true.
I'm curious.
I feel like it's gonna be a slice. I feel like it's gonna be a slice. Nobody tattoos a full pizza on their arm because a slice looks like cool, you know. You know, when like you can make it so like a slice of pizza, like a dripping with like the tomato sauce.
Oh, true. That's true.
Yeah, it can look cool. But if you had a whole pizza, I mean, I'm not insulting anybody who has a whole pizza as a tattoo. You do you, guys. But I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I'd go for the slice, personally. Anyway,
I knew a guy in college that had the Juicy Fruit Zebra tattooed to his arm.
Again, this is probably a reference that I.
Wait, you don't know about Juicy Fruit Bubblegum?
No, I don't think we have that here. We have Hubba Bubba.
That's fair. We've got Hubba Bubba over here as well.
Okay, that's fine. We've got some common ground here, Shift, to do with food. I don't know if you can call bubblegum food. I don't think it's food.
No,
it's
like practice food, right? Like it's just like you're just chewing. But yeah, Juicy Fruit was like the kids' version of bubblegum. They came in like different fruity flavors and stuff. They didn't last very long, but like the first 4 bites of it, you're like, this is delicious. And then it just tastes like rubber after that. But yeah, there was like a little cartoon zebra that was like the brand spokesperson for it.
Funny story about bubblegum, right? So when I was a kid, obviously kids are probably not supposed to chew gum because they don't know it's gum. When I was a kid, in my primary school, I think you guys call it kindergarten in the US, what we call it primary school here. So in kindergarten, the teachers took us to the sweet shop and gave us all like 50 pence. And they did like, back then they did like 50 sweets for 50 pence. And so you could just like, which is 50 cents essentially, by the way.
Yeah, like 2 quarters. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. And they said you can do what you want, but do not get like the sauces. And we were like, well, I'm gonna get the sauces. I don't really care. Little did we know the reason that you were not supposed to get the saucers because it was gum, and I sat there chewing on that for hours trying to figure out why I just could not eat it. I was so confused.
Oh no!
Primary school me was so confused. I was like, I got some saucers here. I want to eat the saucers. It didn't happen. It didn't.
I can feel that pain. Like, I can relate to that so hard. Not that I've been in the same situation, but like I've never been to that situation, but I can imagine being in that situation. Like, I am very empathetic to that.
It was depressing. I love food, man. It was a depressing time. I love me some pizza tattoo as well. 1 versus 2 for this man. Got to get this defused. Surely dead to rights. Yeah, tries to go for the Semtex throw. I mean, we've seen that play a couple of times already in the agency showdown, right? I'm not going to use my gun. I'm going to use my Semtex. Very rarely does it end well. I will say that much. We've had a few situations where people yeet their Semtex very short distance, and then the Semtex comes back to bite them or explode on them, more accurately. So it is going to be around for Flicker, Alan. That's the bottom line here.
Yeah. And they're playing so well, man. Like, my biggest reaction right now is the fact that we did not see this yesterday. I mean, yeah, they played well versus Team UL, but against a Bag of Milk and Sean Olsen, 2 players that we think are really individually talented. Super Hot and 5-1. Thing King has gotten 2 kills. Chet McSteal, 2 kills. This is great stuff for Flicka. They're in a really solid position, and as long as Thing King can read this hit from GRPs through this Globe Street area, if he can respond to at least 1 elimination, that'd be great news for Flicka for maybe a 4th round.
See what Flicker can do here in this situation. They've got themselves spread pretty thinly, so if any of them do fall, there will more likely than not be a trade. Chet McSteal coming from behind. He's the player that can make a difference. Thinking 1 elsewhere. Explodes a Semtex. That opens up this round entirely. As Flicker, I think it's Super Hot that closes things out. You're going to see this nade from the opposition side. Sean Olsen gets stuck. He panics. Takes out his teammate with him. What a play there.
Yeah, great stuff. I mean, again, is talk about the individual impressiveness of that with some Super Hot. I mean, look, I'll be the first one to mention, like, Thinking 1 was just okay yesterday. A lot of 1v1s that were lost. Not the greatest stat lines through the first maps that we saw him play in, but how big has he been in a couple of these last rounds? 3 straight kills for him. He's 4-1. Super Hot is finding a lot of value as well. And Chet McSteal, who is also a solid player, just hasn't had to do much because Super Hot and Thinking 1 are just playing so darn well right now on this map. Definitely feeling comfortable with this more wide open map for sure. Maybe that is the difference. You know, the Garrison, the checkmate, it really does force gunfights to happen much sooner rather than later. And the patience play from Flicka has been good. GRPs and RPGs need to respond in a big way. And I'm looking at you, Bag of Milk. 1-4. Not the great start for a big, heavy Slayer that we kind of expect him to do well.
I think it's crazy. Yeah, as you say, the MVP nominee last year. Actually, he was the MVP. The MVP. For Goats from State Farm last season. So I don't know if you call it season. Last agency showdown. That's what we'll go with for a Bag of Milk. So Flicker here, they were given a lifeline with their DQ versus Team UL. And into this round number 6, Alan. So 2 versus 2 now. Super Hot with the bomb. Chet McSteal without. 10 seconds left. Super Hot's nade, actually. It's a little bit late, but it will land eventually. There's not really any time to get this bomb down, to be honest. Now you got to go for this kill. And actually, they will fight each other. A Bag of Milk comes out on top of that joust.
Wow. There he is. And the first one, pretty easy. Time becoming a problem. And this is such a tough position to be in because you can see both doorways, but largely comes down to timing, and the timing of this peak was great. Okay, so Bag of Milk finds 2 kills, and guess what happens? GRPs and RPGs able to find a round because of it. So I'm looking for more of that to happen, because Super Hot is absolutely running away with this map right now and has been largely unchecked. So if there were to be one matchup that you're looking for, a little 1v1 taster, you have to feel like it would be Bag of Milk going up against Super Hot.
Well, Flick up 4-2 up here. GRPS and RPGs. I need to say GRPs. I just don't know why that's going to be so hard to say. GRPs and RPGs.
The GRPGs is what you were saying yesterday.
Yeah, the GRPGs, which probably is a lot easier for me to say. They're 2-4 down at the moment. They're looking for a round. And initially here, they had their eyes set on the A push. This time around, though, I think they've actually decided to wrap back around through their spawn to go for B. Player in the mid, that's going to be super hot, who's able to pick up opening blood here. More importantly as well, no trade. Thinking one deals with a pizza tattoo, and now a 1 versus 3 for Sean Nolson. Gets tagged with a sniper rifle. Super hot, of course, unfortunately does get the hit marker. Thinking one should be able to close it out. And actually, I believe it was super hot once again.
I think
so. Closes out the round at the end.
Yeah, he's got that AK-74 or probably 47 in the back pocket. So again, we talk about thinking one, winning is ones, as we like to say in the COD scene. Another big individual gunfight. I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of inched forward on my seat here looking at this Flicka team. They're playing so well today. It's definitely fun to see. Again, just to see our competition being as tight as it is. And I'm not gonna sit there and say that I ruled them out at the beginning of the day, but when you've got Sean Nolson and Bag of Milk, you've got the former MVP and an MVP candidate on that team. I mean, take that to any traditional sports franchise event. You're looking at the MVPs and sitting there saying that those should be fine. They should be no problem. But you're holding Sean Nolson to 3 and 6, Bag of Milk to 3 and 5, and Flicka, just with this patient approach, has been really rewarded for it.
Flicka now on the offense. They just need one more round. They go 1-0 up in this best of 3. Remember, folks, this is single elimination. So if GRPs and RPGs lose this and then, of course, lose the subsequent second map, they'll be 0 and 2 in this matchup. They'll be done and dusted in the tournament overall. I believe, if I remember correctly, Goats from State Farm suffered a very similar fate, I want to say.
I think so. Yeah. It does sound familiar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they ended up losing in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I think so as well. I don't remember seeing a logo for them. That would have been... I hate that like I'm remembering teams just based off of their logos, but I think that says more about the logo design.
They're so good.
Than anything else.
Whoever designs the logos, you are one talented person, or group of people actually, because there probably is a group of people designing them. But regardless, Bag of Milk picks up that first blood against Chet McSteel. Super hot and thinking one have to do this without their action hero. Thinking one about to have 2 players approach. They do not check this corner, and this is a corner you kind of need to check. Super hot. And thinking one going to put this in a 2 versus 1, a pizza tattoo. It is a futile attempt at a retake as Flicka close the book.
Wow.
On game number 1, 6-2. A hot start to this best of 3.
I mean, how convincing was it? I mean, 6-2? I mean, hardly any of these rounds were even all that close. They were like nearly flawless throughout a majority of those 6 rounds. It's great stuff, Flicka. I see you. Now, the question is, if they win this matchup, what is Flicka's graphic going to look like? Would it be like kind of like a Zippo lighter or something like that? Because like I'm thinking like what things that you would flick. Maybe it's like a bop it, because you have to like you bop it, you pull it, you flick it. I don't even know if flick it is part of it, but
it's not. It's not.
Is it not?
It's not. I can tell you that much. This is, and I'm closer to being a child than you are, so I will know that.
Pull it.
Flick
it. Flick it's not a thing though. That would be stupid. I forget what the other parts of it are. What are the other parts of a bop it?
How have we got to this point on this broadcast where we have melted down to trying to figure out what the sequencing of the bop it advertisement is?
I don't know if this is a breakdown or a meltdown or just we're happy to be here because 90s nostalgia is greater than everything.
Dude, I was born in the 90s. I was born in the last year of the 90s.
I said twist it, right? It's twist it, bop it, pull it. There's another
production. You guys can hear us right now. You've got one job and one job only. Of course, producing the stream is also your job. Secondly, though, your job is to tell us just how silly we're being for talking about bop it at the moment. Alan is actually searching this right now. This is paramount to our research for Call of Duty, of course. Just what was the bop it? Well, I guess what do you guys call it in America? Not advertisement. You call it a commercial. That's what you guys call it.
Yeah, well, advertisement is fine. We don't pronounce advertisement or aluminium like you do. But
aluminium, yeah, it's because it is aluminium.
Oh, there's only 3 inputs on the original bop it. It is just bop it, twist it, and pull it.
Okay, glad we solved that mystery. We're going to bop ourselves into this second game of Search and Destroy between GRPs and RPGs and Flicker. Of course, Flicker were handed a lifeline. If you guys were here yesterday, they were given a place in today with Team UL being disqualified for using, I believe it was jammers that are banned.
Yes, and field mics.
Yes, in this Search and Destroy rule set. So Flicker, off the back of being given that second chance, well, they're using it relatively well. They're already 1-0 up in this series versus GRPs and RPGs. Now we'll see whether or not Flicker can get this 2 versus 3 to kick off round number 1 pretty well. Superhot comes in behind, does get one. Unfortunately, doesn't check his left, and a Pizza Tattoo going to work off that pretty well. Checking Steel with possibly the worst stun I've ever seen. Doesn't check anything. And GRPs and RPGs going to get round number 1.
All right, you ready? Bop It Extreme includes your original 3 inputs of Bop It, Twist It, and Pull It, but has additional commands such as Flick It and Spin It. So I wasn't crazy.
Wow, you were not crazy.
Yeah.
Well, at least we're helping out production quite a lot now, because if Flicker do get through this matchup, they now know that they can just stick the Bop It thing in their logo with like a hand or something that's like flicking it. I don't know if that's too high tech for a logo though. I'm not entirely sure. Somebody just ignore us, guys. We've got some terrible ideas here on the desk.
We've gotten a little off kilter, but it's for a productive reason. Let's be honest. I have to imagine that a lot of the people that are watching, working for these agencies, are probably over the age of 25, and they're like, "Wow, dude, Bop It Extreme. I remember that," and they're probably thanking us for talking about this. Little do they know they'll come to a Call of Duty stream, and their 90s childhood would be forced into their faces like this.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, sure. I don't really know how to react to this. I'll be honest with you, Shift. I was never a Bop It guy myself. I was more of a sort of Lego guy, and that was me.
I'm still a Lego guy.
Yeah. I don't know if everyone is. If you're not still a Lego guy or girl, yeah, what is wrong with you? Lego's amazing. Anyway, Flicker versus GRPs and RPGs. Currently, it's the latter, 1-0 up, and once again here, we find ourselves in a rather familiar situation where Flicker are in a 2 versus 3. Got to defend this bomb site. Pizza Tattoo throws out stun. Of course, the Tactical Mask perk for Check McSteel is going to protect them from the majority of that. A lovely Semtex from Check McSteel. Leaves a bag of milk in a 1 versus 2 to defend this bomb. And that is the key part of this, is all he needs to do is defend this bomb. A sniper here against Check McSteel. No way do you get that wall bang. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter anyway. You need to reserve 7.5 seconds for Check McSteel to get this defused. That's not happening anymore. A bag of milk closes it out. And there you go. A bag of milk actually, unfortunately, cannot get the defuse. I got that wrong the entirety of that round. I was convinced that it was Flicker who had to get the defuse. Not entirely sure why I thought that, so I do apologize to everyone at home for me being absolutely silly. But it is going to be around to GRPs and RPGs. Or to Flicker, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, but GRPs and RPGs are showing up, though, yeah? We're starting to see their kill potential come right back to where we had noticed it before. And how about it? It's coming out of a Pizza Tattoo. Like, not to make that sound astonishing, but when you compared his not performances just from this showcase, but also the last one, the Bag of Milk and Sean Olsen, we did not see a lot of this. So, pending those 2 MVPs or MVP candidates can step up, there's an opportunity here maybe to send us to a 3rd game. Tuba Hop, you'll see Sean's shots just a bit off kilter, though. It's a regular frag grenade coming out, stun as well. Neither will do too much, and we stay 3v3.
Super Hot looking for this jumper. This would be nice if he could get this gunfight going. Unfortunately, he isn't able to do so. Sean Nolson is going to give him one, though. Sean Nolson able to win that gunfight. Sean Nolson looking for number 2 as well. Thinking One gets the trade, and now it comes down to a 1 versus 1 between Thinking One, or 1 versus 2, sorry. Thinking One going head-to-head with a bag of milk and a Pizza Tattoo. Could well get this if he just checks his left. He's right there, a bag of milk. Thinking One gets the gunfight. Pizza Tattoo is not there for the trade, so now 1 versus 1. Could this be a great 1 versus 2 for Thinking One? Yes, it will.
Wow.
A lovely 1 versus 2 for Thinking One.
It's just... Wow, dude. We are literally getting just performances out of players that I don't think we would have expected to get these performances from. Pizza Tattoo, Thinking One. both stepping up in a big way. It's a nice little snapper there for Thinking. Lovely double. And now Flicka find themselves up 2-1, breaking the tie, and 3 kills in a row for Thinking 1 is leading the squad for the moment. Good stuff overall. Let's see if they can find a third in a row here. Chet McSteel and Superhot, you can't imagine they'll be sitting on just 1 kill for too long. Specifically, as Superhot continues to bring the sniper rifle out, as we've seen before. And the bomb is going to go towards A, but Thinking says, let me just go see what's happening over at B, just in case. And, well, he'll kind of be stopped in his tracks as he recognizes that. Never mind, don't like that.
You know the scene in A New Hope where Han Solo is just running down the corridor into, like, chasing the stormtroopers? And then he, like, runs into essentially hundreds of stormtroopers at the door? That is what Thinking 1 just did there, essentially. Just, like, ran over towards the bomb site. Obviously, you didn't see GRPs and RPGs, but they were there waiting for him to pull forward. But it doesn't matter anyway. Thinking 1 is going to stay alive. Superhot does get 1. That was a good entry kill for them, but it is traded out almost immediately. GRPs and RPGs need to retake this bomb site. You can't do what you did previously. You need to force the issue pretty soon because there's 15 seconds left on the clock. You always need to reserve 7.5 seconds of that for a defuse. That's not going to happen anymore. Sean Nolson, those pesky trophies are always a problem. And actually, that's a really smart play. I mean, maybe not so much for the highest level of competitive Call of Duty, but it's a smart play to see a trophy system being put down on the bomb for defense, because when you go to hold square or X or whatever the button is for a defuse on the bomb, you'll actually destroy the trophy first. So you might, pick up that bomb at 7.6 seconds, but because the trophy is there, you can't get it anymore. That's a really smart play.
Yeah, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but hey, you'll take it. It's a really nice setup, like you mentioned. And again, we see a lot of the players that are in the pro level do that intentionally, obviously, if they have an extra trophy to put down. So now we look forward to what's going to be the deal breaker this time around. Chet McSteel, a lot of shots, only a little bit of damage. But he does read that there was a player up top, just continues to pepper it just to make sure, hey, I'm still looking at you. But as soon as he goes to re-peek, Milk is able to get the sniper rifle in line for a headshot. There's also a frag grenade put in his direction. So it will be a 3v2 situation for a time. Superhot in the middle of the map has found a response kill. So we go 2v2. And a Pizza Tattoo is going to be largely responsible for the middle of the map, as Bag of Milk needs to find a way to free himself forward to get onto a bomb site.
Well, Flicker. Now all down to Superhot. Against a Bag of Milk. That's so smart to catch it. Looks for this second kill as well. Another 2-piece from Superhot. Very well played there. You see him picking up both here yet again. A Bag of Milk going for a swim. Superhot picks them out and leaves them out to dry. Nice 2-piece there.
So now Flick is up 4-1. Reigning MVP candidate on the same team, under threat of being eliminated in winners round 2 in 2 straight maps. I'm not going to lie to you. I never in a million years would have thought that Flick was going to be up for the task here. Candidly speaking, I just never thought it was going to happen. But they've completely reduced the impact of a Bag of Milk. Sean, he's just still 2-5, has largely not been present at all. And the patience that we've seen from Flicka has been where they found their success. And once again, they're just going to immediately go over to the A site. Chet this time off the spawn will try to go over towards B to see if he can make some noise. And GRPs and RPGs are currently nowhere near this A site. Chet over the middle of the top statue, 1v1 versus Bag of Milk, does not win it. Superhot with this pretty raw AK-47. We'll see a lot of damage exchange, but no kills, and he will swim away.
8 bullets left in the weapon. It's not to be. Sean Nolson is going to look for this retake, but again, it's this power position up top in the bedroom. Thinking 1 has already put their laundering away. Now he's ready to defend this bomb. It's going to fall. So there's no time for defuse. Actually, nobody jumps on the bomb. And, okay, well, somebody does jump on the bomb. Got some news for you, though. A Pizza Tattoo. It's going to explode before you can get it. I really do like the attempt. Unfortunately, you can't quite defy the laws of time. And, well, there's just not enough time to get that defused. So, Sean Nelson does pick up that kill, but again, it's all for naught. And now Flicker find themselves on match point here, Alan, to become our second team alongside NYMY going into the final day of Agency Showdown 3 action.
I'm sitting here just kind of like shaking my head just a little bit, like not like in disappointment, but in astonishment. This has been such a good performance from Flicker.
It has.
I mean, Super Hot has been very dominant. Bag of Milk. I think King One was playing a little bit of whack-a-mole with him for a second. He nearly got a chance to take his scalp off, but things will come to a pause. 60 seconds to go, and Flicker has completely spread the map where GRPs and RPGs, it almost feels like they're shaking in their shoes a little bit here. Can't make a mistake. And they do take down Chet McSteel, but he reads that there are a couple of players in the middle of the map, and there's, again, 50 seconds to play. You've got to make a commitment here if you're GRPs and RPGs.
Super Hot coming in from behind here. A flank could absolutely be crucial to the win here for Flicker. They've got a potential push. Look how slowly Super Hot is moving around the map. You can see it. It's so cautious. I don't know if they're running Ninja or not, but this is maybe overly cautious. I think Bag of Milk may be aware now that this flank is happening. On the other side, we have Thinking One looking to put a stop to this bomb plant. That's not to be, and now the bomb is down. Super Hot at 1 versus 3. He's dead to rights. That's a flawless round for GRPs and RPGs.
Much better. Much better. It starts with First Blood in the middle of the map. But they're not getting caught on these weird 1v1s at long range. They're not allowing snipers to get into play. They're not allowing the AK-47s to get into play. Clear space, hit your bomb site. Much better. And Bag of Milk is also on a 4 in a row. That also helps. But he's going to do more of that, I feel like. I mean, Pizza Tattoo has done everything that we could have ever expected from him, and then some. Sean's trying to get back to an even KD. And even though, I mean, you take a look at the kills, if you were just to look at the KDs between both of our teams, you would say that GRPs and RPGs is surely up right now, right? But the problem is they have not largely played off the bomb, and that is allowed Flicker a couple of rounds, and why they're enjoying a still 3-round deficit.
It's going to be Sean Nelson able to pick up that gunfight. Again, this is a strong start for GRPs and RPGs. The Pizza Tattoo follows up with a clean snipe. And now Super Hot in a 1 versus 3. Not even able to get the first gunfight. A second round on the bounce here now. Maybe there's some life in GRPs and RPGs. Hey, they look pretty good.
Yeah, and Sean getting a couple of kills that round. So the players that you're looking at to start having a better performance, they are starting to have a better performance. 3 kills in a row for Sean. 4 kills in a row for Bag of Milk. And now you start to kind of turn your gaze back over to Flicker. Who is going to step up and close this map out? Because I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm sitting there saying that, oh boy, GRPs and RPGs, they've slowed down a touch. They're trying to play for picks a little bit wiser. Bag of Milk, I think he was trying to scout information. Chet saw him for a moment. But the fight resets at Bag of Milk, changes the angle, finds First Blood. Sean, another. Just down to Super Hot again for a 1v3.
What's happening? What is happening here, Alan? GRPs and RPGs...
They're doing it.
...seem to have found their thumbs. I don't understand. They haven't died. For 9 straight kills, they haven't died. If streaks are allowed, we'd be discussing streaks.
Yeah.
For 11 straight kills, sorry, between all of them.
Yeah.
What the heck's going on?
Yeah, it's 3 straight rounds, and then the kills that tally over were from when the bomb got detonated with no time to play. So I'm just looking at Flicker. Just stay concentrated, hit something together. Just play for trades, because right now they're all dying individually across the map. Sean, taken down really low, but does sneak back into the safety of the kitchen. And they're going to back up, but Sean is actually going to play pretty far forward. This is going to be a wrap of the bomb, though. Flicker is bailing on A, and now making a play either over to the middle of the map, but especially over towards B. And nobody from GRPs and RPGs is here for this. So if Flicker could get the bomb down, that's been their win condition in largely all of their offenses that they found successful. That could potentially be what they need to get to the 6th round and put this match away.
Flicker have already got that one person down. Super Hot with a lovely nade. Bag of Milk trying to respond onto Super Hot. Super Hot now second in the round. Can they get the ace, or will it be denied from a teammate? Super Hot's going to get this bomb down. Now Sean Nelson a 1 versus 3. The first 2 shots going off. Thinking one.
Yeah.
Kind of takes the ace. That's naughty. You need to let your teammate have the ace there, buddy. But Flicker do it in round number 10. It was closer than it should have been, to be honest with you, Shift. Flicker kind of threw away a few rounds there at the end. It's going to be 6-4 to Flicker. It's going to be 2-0 in the series. They go through to the final day of action.
Wow. So, what are we saying? Zippo later or Bop It Extreme? What's the logo going to be for Flicker tomorrow? I'm hoping for one more than another. I think you know which way I'm leaning.
Bop It. We'll say Bop It. Just to help you out, just to make you happy. I'd like to say to everyone at home that, you know, just because Alan and I are sitting here saying, hey, it's going to be the Bop It for the logo, it probably is not going to be Bop It for the logo, just to let you guys know now.
They'll spite me,
yeah, just don't be disappointed tomorrow when, you know, you come to the stream. Of course, you won't be disappointed anyway because you get to see mine and Alan's beautiful faces. But don't be disappointed when you see the logo and it's just somebody flicking an ant or something like that. I don't know. It's not going to be Bop It, sadly. But it does mean that Flicker's already through. They're our second team. We've got half our field for the final day. Let's get through the second set of matches then. It's Farm Team versus the Kings of It.
God, now I want to get my hands on a Bop It, dude. I mean, I'll get bored really quickly of it, but it'd be fun.
I do this a lot.
It'd be fun for like 2 minutes.
I go through sort of phases where I like, oh, this was really cool when I was a child, and then I get them, and then I like use them for like a week, and then I'm done with it. I did this with what you guys in America call battle bots. In the UK,
oh yeah,
Robot Wars.
Okay.
I got like the toys for Robot Wars. I bought my girlfriend more accurately knew that I wanted some, so she bought me 3 of them. It was fun for a week, then I realized that my nostalgia trip was just that.
Yeah, there are a handful of like obscure TV competition shows that me and my dad used to watch. One of them was BattleBots, the other was Extreme Dodgeball. That was pretty dope. Yeah, it was
Is
like
this why
literally
you love the Dodgeball movie.
Oh, I mean, I've loved the Dodgeball movie before that, but it was actually, I think, because of the Dodgeball movie that league started up. Like, and they like at least they televised it. They're like trying to ride the high of like Dodgeball the movie, which is fair because that movie's incredible. But yeah, we used to watch shows like that all the time. The Lego Masters, dude. Have you watched Lego Masters with Will Arnett?
Lego Masters? I haven't.
Yeah,
but isn't that show based on the fact that Will Arnett is in the Lego movie?
Yeah, he plays the voice of Batman. Yeah, it's hilarious and it's incredible too. So we love shows like that. Ninja Warrior. Yeah.
Oh man, what a show! What a show!
Did
you watch the original Ninja Warrior?
Like the one from like Japan?
Yes.
I've watched like clips of it, but I never like.
It's so good.
Can't say like I watched it. You
can't. Nah. I know like America sort of has its own version of pretty much everything, you know, but the original Japanese Ninja Warrior is hilarious. It's perfect, and nobody should ever change it ever.
There are a lot of like really good Japanese shows. Silent Library is a really fun one. I think is what it's called. I don't know if the translation is accurate, but it's like a bunch of people in a library and they like get tasked to do like really funny and crazy things. And they have to try to be as quiet as possible. It's really funny. And then there's the one where it's like a moving wall comes at you. You have to like form your body to like get through it. Like there's water on either side of you. That one's really funny too. I forget the name of that one.
The moving walls? Hole in the wall?
Is that what it's called? Hole in the wall? I don't know. I'll have to show you a video.
Where you have to like do like a jump through a wall. And
yeah.
There.
Or like hold a
that's
pose.
Hole in the wall.
Yeah, love that show too.
I love this. I love finding out that there are American versions of British shows. Obviously, this is the beauty of mine and Alan's duo. Generally, it is that we just discuss the differences between America and Britain, or the United Kingdom, and I just love finding out. Yeah, I just love finding out that America has the things that we have in the UK. For example, the other day I was talking about the fact that I love Galaxy chocolate. I was eating a Galaxy cookie, and then we found out that it's called like Dove in the US. Yeah, that's crazy. I love it. I love finding out stuff like this. It's crazy. This is like the beauty of doing these agency showdowns. It's like an education for me. It's like a second education. I'm 21 years old and I'm still learning.
That's great. I mean, I'm in the same boat, right? Here's the way it kind of has been. Interesting gunfight here in the middle of Metro. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, Ox. I still don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. He finds one, though, so cold, able to find another, and now it's just trying to chase down, camp, snipe, repeat, literally ring around the rosy. To the most egregious form. Eventually, the Kings of It will track him down and find the kill. So they'll go up 3-1. It is important also to notice that Skills is another MVP candidate, so keep your eye on him. I believe he's 5 or 6-1 already, so a great start for him here.
I'm pretty sure So Cold was not playing yesterday for the Kings of It. I might be wrong in saying that. Maybe I'm making that up.
We didn't get a lot of time to watch the Kings of It, I feel like, because we were watching other matches that were happening at the same time. I want to say we only saw like one matchup. I thought he was playing yesterday.
Can somebody in production confirm whether I'm just making this up in my head? That this is like what was it, Mandela effect? Right now, I don't know if this is a Mandela effect. I'm probably making this up.
I can look back at the scoreboards from yesterday.
Well, while Alan's doing that, Farm Team currently find themselves in a positive situation. It's just Skills left in a 1 versus 2, or 1 versus 3 actually. Of course, if you do want anybody, okay, so So-Called did play yesterday. I apologize. Skills now in a 1 versus 1 after getting a lovely drop shot onto Hendrix. Let's see if he can pull off the 1 versus 3. Just a 1v1 now against Beaumont. Beaumont is actually quite a talented player, so this is going to be a task for Skills. Oh, first few shots go down. Beaumont looking for it. He's made Skills weak. Skills has actually got away, and Beaumont thinks better of it. Now, this is a smart play for Beaumont, but the problem is you've got Bomb as well, so it is technically on you to do something here in the situation. Skills is going to be well aware of that. We saw that yesterday. There's a reason he's an MVP candidate. Beaumont's getting this bomb down. I think he's about to get some bad timing. Bye-bye, Beaumont. See you later, buddy.
Wow.
See you in the next round.
I mean, look, I was excited about this matchup because I thought it was going to be a really tight one between both sets of 3, but it's just been the Skills show. 9-1, 7 kills in a row. If score streaks were enabled, he would have 1 by now, surely. If not, potentially 2. Little sneaker-oodle-doo coming around the back. Does he find all 3 kills in this round? I believe he does.
He did. Yeah, it was 1 versus 3.
Oh, that's right, because that first kill was like it was a pretty quick read off of the final kill. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Unfortunately, I kind of ruined the 1 versus 3 clip by talking about So Cold potentially not playing yesterday. But so I do apologize. Skills, you're amazing, and take that from somebody who is an absolute god at League play in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So there you go. 9-1 start for Skills after 5 rounds of search and destroy action here, Alan. It's safe to say that Skills is not carrying this Kings of It squad, but is most certainly putting in a shift here.
Yeah.
Beaumont trying to take him out of the action.
Trying is the key word. Second challenge will actually push Beaumont back, and Yamam. Yeah, Yamam.
It's Yamamox.
Yamamox.
Yamamamox.
Well, he's able to stop the play from the side, is what I was trying to say. And with that, Skills does eventually track down Beaumont. Last player alive is camp, snipe, repeat. He will not be able to do any of those things, except for get a kill and then repeat it 2 separate times because he's in a 1v3. Bomb is being planted. If he comes around the corner here, maybe he can catch some good timing. Throws out a stun. Semtex to follow. Tagged up low. Here comes Yamamox. Yep. I'm never going to get this guy's name right. It's never going to happen.
No, Yamamox is right.
Yamamox.
It's correct.
Yep.
Yamamox.
Okay.
Yamamox. Anyway, it's going to be around there to the Kings of It. Yamamox opens up proceedings with this kill onto Hendrix. Do you know what my favorite pastime is? It's just watching gunfights go down where the player drops shots unnecessarily. Yeah. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's Yamamox right there. Just drop shots. Doesn't need to drop shot. The player had absolutely zero idea where Yamamox was looking, but does it anyway. Does it for the Vine. Okay, I'm never saying that again, actually.
I was going to say, like, Vine's dead. It's TikTok
I know.
now.
Don't remind me, Shift. Don't remind me that Vine's dead, okay? I'm sad about that still, years after.
I never really got into Vine, and if you don't take by my tone there, I'm also not into TikTok. I don't really understand
No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
There was a point in time, like last year, this time of the year, where people were like, I've never seen something so funny in my life, and they'd post it to Twitter, and I would watch it and be like, huh?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like TikTok is just not funny. I apologize
mean,
for anybody that does find it funny, but I don't.
We've gotten to the point where there are some funny creators that are out there, but I feel like the general overreaction from the younger generation is...
Whoa.
It has me very concerned about our future. Let me put it that way.
Are you boomering right now?
I kind of am, I guess, yeah. Look, I was dealing with a guy that I know for a fact, as this diffuse is going to come in for the 6th round, is in that generation, and he watches a lot of TikTok. He had to ask me how to spell singularity today.
Wait, who? Sorry?
Nate Fiasco. He didn't know how to spell singularity.
Nate?
And and I was like, hello?
Nate,
He's like,
mate.
I've got no idea. S-I-N-G and then what? I was like,
He's clearly never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3, Episode 18, Singularity.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Okay, sorry.
Were those words?
I know, it's my favorite TV show, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And
to relate to the exact season and episode? Yeah, I would have guessed too.
I do know. So this is I mean, I'm sure there'll be, from the 33 people watching, I'm sure there are people who have watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I actually know every single episode title for every single episode of every single season off the top of my head. That's like my party trick, even though no one will ever ask me to do that party trick because no one else watches that TV show. So yeah, it's one of my, alongside having very old parents, those are my party tricks.
Oh,
and if you guys can't tell, I'm an extremely untalented guy.
That sounds like a really boring party too, if those are your party tricks.
Yeah, there have been some. I mean, most of my parties in my youth, I was conscious for the majority of it, and then I just fell asleep, and that was me. That was my parties.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I'm not a very entertaining guy, as everybody well knows. Hey, I've just come from university. God damn it, right? I know how to party, Alan. Don't you boomer me? Don't you boomer party me right now? Okay. I get the party rings out on my parties, and the pizza that's definitely not just cheese and tomato pizza.
Oh my goodness!
I have variation.
We need to fix you.
That's what my parents said when I came out the womb.
Oh no, dude.
Oh, dear. I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. They said, "Can we put it back?" I'm joking.
What, Brody? Gosh.
I'm in a really good self-deprecating mood at the moment.
I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm roasting myself. I feel like that's my humor generally. If you don't roast yourself, then hey, what can you roast about, right? It's, it does, yeah, whatever. Anyway, at the moment, the Kings of It having a really good go of it in Search and Destroy, Alan. It's probably time that we talk about Search and Destroy again. They looked really good in that. A lot of that is just skills, generally.
Yes.
He is one heck of a player. That much is very clear. And hey, guess what, guys? While we're on the topic about skills being a really good player, you guys can prove just how much of a skills stan you are by going over to Twitter and voting for him in the Twitter poll. That's the worst pointing slip I've ever done. Going over to the Twitter poll and voting for him as the MVP for the Agency Showdown. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Make sure you guys go check that out at Active Blizz Media. Also follow them while you're there because they do some great tweets. They tag Alan and I in the tweets, and you guys can go follow us too. We do some great tweets on our timelines. I'm not really sure if I could say the same for Alan, but I definitely have some quality tweets going out every few days or so.
I had the banger today.
You did.
That one is popping off right now. So yeah, I had a banger.
How many likes and retweets are you out on that?
217 retweets, 1.7k likes, and 30.5 thousand views on the video.
Ooh, yeah, you did better than Sean's Iron Man tweet. That's the real.
No, dude, Sean, that was like the perfect video for TikTok. Again, I didn't think it was funny, but I thought I mean, it's just like cool. Like I don't know. Like I don't know.
You express your boomer anger, Alan. You express it.
I don't have any anger about it. It was a good idea for TikTok. I just like if I were to have seen that, I would be like, okay, and like I don't know. It is so on brand for Sean as well. So for anybody who doesn't know who we're talking about Spaceman, who is a caster. He works with Alan and I on other productions and such. And he tweeted this video of like him basically. It was cool.
It was cool. It's cool.
Like an Iron Man helmet.
It's so Sean to spend his money on an Iron Man helmet that works, which is so true, actually. It is so Sean to do that, and it got loads of views on the old Twitter.
Yeah, I think it's had to have broken 1 million on TikTok. He was at like 900,000 a day ago.
Yeah, he said it did. So he's doing pretty well at the moment for himself. He's never coming off his pedestal after that one. Anyway, we got an update about the current series. So we are going to go straight towards Miami Search and Destroy. No way!
Wait, what? What happened? What? That might take the cake for top fail of the week. Oh no. Still though, the kill will be answered initially. We've got ourselves a 2v1. I guess I'm kind of confused on why we're not on raid.
Oh, because there was a lobby glitch for raid.
Okay,
it wasn't working allegedly, so we're going to switch over straight towards Miami, which I'm fine with. Miami is quite a colorful map. I do love some vibrancy in my life, and Miami just brings that to me. And SoColt, he wants to make this a vibrant search and destroying round. Now finds himself in a 1 versus 1 against Hendrix. Hendrix has some ideas where SoCold is now. Has spotted him out. I don't know if SoCold's seen Hendrix though. No, he has not. Run straight into him, and unfortunately doesn't get his gun up in time. Hendrix clutches the 1 versus 1. Farm team, they're going to find the first round.
Maybe because of certain reasons that happened at the beginning.
Dude, I'm so confused. What I'm confused about is, because we didn't see the opening of the round. I think there was
we just walked in and the car blew up. Yeah.
Yeah. How did he walk in and the car blew up? Like,
he must have,
did his teammate?
Someone must have thrown a nade or something.
Yeah.
Because they're like gunfire, it takes like a clip or like at least 2 clips to blow up a car. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have had to been a failed nade from him because he blew up the car. It was mistakes by him. So I don't know.
Well, we're past that now anyway. The Kings of it looking to learn from their mistakes and skills to survive past the first 15 seconds of this round. Has already picked up a trade kill. Takes out Hendrix from the equation. Skills now looking for a number 2. Has actually spotted out Beaumont. Lovely Semtex from Beaumont. Unfortunately, it's not going to do enough to pick up that gunfight. Oh, this is so smart from Skills to look under the van. Unfortunately, Beaumont. Oh, Campsite Repeat comes in from behind. Picks up 1. SoCold decides not to react quick enough and does actually eventually get it. I'm very surprised that Campsite Repeat wasn't able to get 2 there. But now it comes down to a 1v1 between SoCold and Beaumont.
And Beaumont's changed his position. He's now up top in the piano room. And, well, no one can challenge you from that angle, Beaumont. He's going to check the bomb. Oh, the timing. Okay, well, he clears the space, goes right back up top. SoCold, you don't have time to go to A. He's going to clear the back alley. There's the information. Gunfight. Yikes. SoCold's got to make the play, though. Is it going to be a kill? Is it going to be a plant? He's going to try to plant this bomb. Beaumont sees him. The gunfight comes through, and Beaumont is able to win it. Tense 1v1, but it's Farm Team that find themselves up 2 at the end of it.
And to be honest, these are the rounds you got to win, right? I mean, they really do make the difference against a roster that quite clearly is as strong as the Kings of it are. You've got to win those really tight situations. Farm Team do exactly that. So now 2-0. Good start for Farm Team here on Miami Search and Destroy. I think they might, I mean, so far they're looking pretty good in it, but I think they might be glad that we actually went to Miami for map number 2.
Yeah, instead of raid.
They're looking pretty strong. I swear this happened last time where we had map number 2 where the team was really good with snipers. And of course, it wasn't the map number 2 that was originally intended. So this could well be the case again. Farm Team looking pretty strong, and they already start just as strong as they have previously. They get that first blood against Yamamox.
It comes down to, can they get through SoCold over here at B? Skills is also mid-map, and he is going to find Camp Sniper Pete on the transition. He's trying to play through the middle of the street from behind. That will be denied. Hendrix is just going to immediately get to the plant. That slide should be heard, but I say that loosely because, let's be honest, some of our players, I don't know if they play with headphones. SoCold up top, timing. We'll find Beaumont. 2v1 situation, just down to Hendrix. He's playing from the garage right behind the laundry vans. SoCold can't quite get under cover, but Skills should know where he's at. First shot connects, stun, Semtex, change of the angle. Skills finds the kill. Plenty of time for the defuse.
Good stuff from Skills and the Kings of it. I think they really needed that round, to be honest. I mean, they're a pretty talented team overall, but they were quite clearly struggling in the first couple of rounds against Farm Team to do what they needed to do. Clutch situation does go their way.
Okay. So now just down around. The history of that self-nade off the rip from round number 1 is well behind us. Skills is able to find 2 kills in that round to help clutch up the 2v3 situation. And now it's down to what do they want to do offensively. Well, first things first, make sure you grab the bomb. So Cold will come back to grab it. And then he wanted to go to A, but the first couple of seconds fade, and he's like, never mind, screw it. Let me just go back with my friends. Skills first one up. Does he see the barrel of the gun for Hendrix? I don't believe he did. And looks like with the opening shot kind of coming right across Skills' face, he's going to back up and change the angle, go up top from this kind of purple bar area, top piano, however you want to call it.
I'm not trying to win this gunfight. Oh my god, it's these drop shots again, man. They're so powerful. Gets that first blood. Skills gets number 2 as well. Now Camp's Night Repeat in a 1 versus 3 here. Does they have a sniper rifle? That's the question for me. Do they have a sniper rifle? Because if they don't, again, I'm a little bit mad that this is not the case. It's going to be an AK-74U, of course. Lawbreaker may mean that there is a sniper rifle in the back pocket, but for now, the weapon of choice is going to be Camp Snipe Repeat using this AK-74U, coming in from behind. So Cold is on the outside of this window. Watch him drop this. He's actually going to check it. That's huge. Sees the barrel of the gun, but 20 seconds left. That's not really a lot of time to work with if you're a Camp Snipe Repeat. He's going to get taken down, and to be honest, there's not really much you can do in that 1 versus 3, especially when you have to traverse the map. You have to spend quite a lot of time making the traversal in the first instance, then making the 1 versus 3. It's quite a hard task.
So I got to ask, are you more disappointed in the team name of the 3 Steves not having a single member named Steve, or in Camp Snipe Repeat doing anything but camping and sniping?
Oh, this is a really good question. No. I'm still really angry about the betrayal of the 3 Steves. Like, I don't get it. I just don't. What Steves are you happy about? Steve Ballmer? You're like, we're Steves. Who are the Steves? I need to know. I don't have the answers to a lot of things in life, Alan. Okay?
And that's a priority.
And I'm accepting of that, right? But I need to know who Steve is. And the fact
all
I
of
don't...
the 3, all the Steves,
well,
not just one.
I need to know who Steve is, who the other Steve is, and who the other Steve is. I just don't know. It's upsetting.
I've just ruined your sleep cycle for tonight. I already know.
You have.
You're welcome.
You have. I gotta sleep. Tomorrow we're back at this again. I'm gonna have no sleep. You're gonna see me with bags under my eyes. I'm gonna come with shopping bags under my eyes filled with bottles of milk.
Wait, no way you put your milk in shopping bags.
Yeah.
You don't just carry. You don't just carry the milk like outside of the bag, because like.
No.
Do you get like half? Do you get full gallons of milk, or do you get half gallons of milk?
Well, we don't do it in gallons for
one.
Well,
you know what I mean.
We're normal here. We have 2-liter bottles, and you know I know so you guys do it in cartons over there.
We do a gallon and then like a half gallon, yeah. But like a milk jug looks like, or like a big milk jug.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what a milk jug.
But I'm like, so when you buy
I've
your
done
milk,
shopping before, Alan.
Do you buy it in that quantity? Because there's no way you put that in a shopping bag.
Yes, I put that in a shopping bag. Why is this such a...
right now?
Oh my goodness, guys. I need to know that there is another British person based in America here in the chat that will support me in saying that this is possibly the weirdest transition that I have to make, is learning American things. Like, apparently, putting your bottled milk in a shopping bag is problematic.
It's not problematic. It's just not common. It's kind of a waste of a bag because you're just going to use the handle, the cup to carry it.
Yeah, but then why would you like?
And the shopping bag would break. It's just a piece of plastic. The gallon of milk would absolutely.
Oh, you guys have plastic bags over there. That makes okay. Yeah, in the UK now we've gone towards banning plastic bags.
Oh really?
Got to that. We're almost at that point now. So like we have it's like a stronger plastic alloy would be the best way to describe it now for bags.
Gotcha.
So I think that might be where the difference lies here, UK smart.
Hey, this play right here, by the way, could be a play of the game or play of the match kind of contender. This is a heck of a 2-piece from Skills. Beautifully re-executed there off the play of the round. Quick transition. Probably some of the tightest shots that we've seen so far, to be honest, in this agency showcase. So keep your eye on that one.
Skills again, really. It just... Skills. Continues to clutch up for the kings of it. Shows up when he needs to. And now 4 rounds on the bank for Kings of it. Farm team haven't really got a sniff of a round win after getting those earlier 2-round victories. Now So Cold looking to get these first shots. And who but Skills to come in from behind and pick up first blood. Hendrix and Camp Snipe Repeat have not reacted to it. Skills gets number 2. And now it's just Camp Snipe Repeat for the ace. And of course, Camp Snipe Repeat is going to get taken down from elsewhere. It's not going to be an ace for Skills. He is denied it.
But I know how you feel about it.
I am really... No, I'm mad. I'm mad, right? See, if Camp Snipe Repeat had a sniper there, he would have been able to just pop, pop, pop. 1v3, sort of done. But he didn't. He didn't.
Shame. That's all I got. Shame. 9-3 from Skills, getting a lot of help from his teammates though. 6-4 from Yamamox, and then 4-4 for So Cold. And I was excited about this collective 3 for Farm Team, and they had a good start here to this map, but since then it's been all TKOI. This time it's going to be all 6 players over towards the B bomb site, though Hendrix is playing over towards the garage. Timing good, finds the first shots onto Skills for first blood. Sniper rifle for Camp Snipe Repeat. Finds himself the second, and now it just comes down to So Cold for a 1v3. Lots of time to play with, though, and he's got the bomb.
So Cold 1 versus 3 to close out this series. Can they do it? Farm team, you'd imagine, are good to at least survive another round of search and destroy here on Miami. But you never know in the world of Call of Duty. These 1 versus 3s are absolutely possible. And the first thing for So Cold that they've got to do, we could transfer over to him, is they've got to make sure that they get this bomb down at B. Beaumont's going to be the player that, realistically speaking, is going to be the first line of defense. As soon as Beaumont sees him, there should be a gunfight going down. Beaumont wins it. He ends it before any sniff of a 1 versus 3 can become a possibility. It's a big kill for Beaumont there. So Cold, unfortunately, does not get the 1 versus 3, and Farm Team going to get their 3rd round here.
Yeah. Keeping themselves alive in this series. Again, they lose 1 round and they're out. The Kings of it would move on, and we would be moving into our final matchup of the evening between 789 and, oh boy, what was the other team? Hold on.
4 p.m. clean out.
4 p.m. I was gonna say 4 a.m. something, and I was like, it's not a.m. I know it's not 4 a.m. something. 4
You didn't have to out yourself there, Alan. You could have just said our final match.
I could have, I guess, but I was already committed because I remember 789.
Which is a cool name, by the way.
Okay.
It's almost as cool as the 3 Steves. Almost. Almost.
I say it's cooler because at least 789 don't have to live up to any expectations about their players being named Steve.
It's true.
How funny would it have been, though, if it was the 3 Steves and their in-game names were Steve 1, Steve 2, Steve 3?
It would have been funny. It would have. And this is for future reference, by the way, for everybody at home. If you're competing in these agency showdowns and in the future you would like to you would like to compete and you'd like to come up with a good team name and some good player names, give us something nice and creative like that.
You know what we should try to suggest? We should suggest, because, you know, we're adding in this, you know, these top plays of the event. Next time around, instead of just having an MVP vote and a plays of the tournament, we should have a, what was the caster's favorite team names?
So then you and I would have to agree with that.
Yeah, well, we have to, like, a lot of the conversation would be us arguing over it, I think.
Yeah, and that's a segment.
Maybe we could open up for the entire staff, like the entire production team could vote on it. That would actually be great. Best team name award.
I don't know. I feel like we've got some pedigree to have this come. I don't know if we should involve the production team around.
Oh, absolutely we should. What the? They're the ones who make the logos. What are you talking about?
That's true. That's true. They can decide who gets the best logo because they make some fire logos. that is absolutely the case. And for the Kings of it, well, I can imagine there's going to be a crown based on their logo because they are going to be in day number 3, as they are our 3rd and penultimate team making it through to the semi-finals. We just have 1 more match left to go, guys, today, and then we're going to call it for the night and get ready for tomorrow. It's going to be 789 versus the 4 p.m. clean-out squad. A bit of an interesting situation for both of these teams, actually, because 789, although they did more yesterday than 4 p.m. clean-out did, they still got a disqualification against the Pinnacle Death Squad. I think it was game number 1. It was Garrison Search and Destroy Pinnacle Death Squad. Kept on using field mics when they were told not to, so they were disqualified for that map. And then 789 went on to win map number 2. For 4 p.m. clean out, it was a bit of an unfortunate situation because GP Decimate, unfortunately, their teammate did not get into the game in time. So instead of making GP Decimate play 2 versus 3, the 4 p.m. clean out squad was just moved along in the bracket. So they got a forfeit versus them. And that leads us to today, where 789 are going to take on this 4 p.m. clean out roster for a place in the semi-finals. It's interesting because it's going to be the first time that realistically we see both of these teams in an environment where hopefully nobody's using any banned items.
Yeah, very interested, I think, to see how this one kind of pans out. Again, this will be our final matchup of the evening once we get going. Not sure if we know where exactly the status of this lobby is. I think they're supposed to start at 7:30, so I imagine we're probably pretty close to being ready to go here. But at least for now, we know at least what our bracket looks like. You know, we've got our 3 of our 4 semifinalists. We have MVP candidates that have made it to the last day. That's better news than what we had from the European version of this. It's NYNY playing up against Flicka. That should be an interesting one. And then, of course, we just saw the Kings of It take down Farm Team. They get the victor of our final matchup here between 789 and 4 p.m. cleanout.
Yep, that's how our bracket looks right now. We're just looking for our final matchup of the day. I believe our lobby is getting ready any second now. Again, as we get further along this bracket, we've been saying this for a while that we should have some game 3s. So this might well be a game 3. Of course, we don't actually know too much about these teams. So hopefully we do get a 1 game 3 by the end of day number 2. At the very least, tomorrow we will see a game 3 because the final is a best of 5. And that has always been the case for the agency showdowns. So for everyone at home, you can be excited about that because you get to see 5 search and destroy maps potentially. Of course, normally it's a 3-0. Very rarely is it not a 3-0 for that best of 5 final. But hey, there's a first time for everything. And we could well see a Game 5, Round 11, super intense search and destroy Alan for our finals. Of course, I'm not even going to lie. No cap, right? I'm most excited for those logos. I know we keep on saying it, but it makes my day every time I see the Agency Showdown logos. The Bojo Zazania was perfect. It was legitimately perfect. I love it so much. Massive props to the logo team or whoever does them because you're great. You're super talented and you should give yourselves multiple pats on the back. Not too hard, but multiple pats on the back for your work.
Hopefully, I'm not really sure where I'm going with that train of thought, but we are getting ready to go. We have a remade lobby situation in hand. So, we've got this matchup to close out the evening, semifinals tomorrow, best of 5 grand finals after that. And I'm not really sure which way I'm leaning as far as potential favorites right now. I think that all 3 of the teams that we have that have already made it into the semis are all playing on pretty even ground right now. So I think I've got a little bit of favor towards Skills as maybe being one of the best players that are still around in our lobbies now that we've lost Sean Nilsson, Bag of Milk, and those guys. But I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to fully invest onto that statement because all 3 of our teams that we currently have played very well throughout the day. All 2-0s. Again, not a common occurrence. Usually we get a couple of game 3s when we get to this stage, but not the case here today.
Yeah, if I had to pick somebody, I mean, Ben Buckets is now out. Wait, Ben Buckets is... No, he is out. Okay, Ben Buckets is now out from the fire-breathing rubber duckies. We have Sean Nolson from GRPs and RPGs, who is currently out as well.
Yep.
So yeah, I would say Skills. I would say Skills is currently... If you were to ask the expert that I am...
Even over Headliner?
Wait, is Headliner one of the MVP candidates?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He is. Oh, okay, my apologies. See, here's the thing. I think that if you compare the rosters, from what I've seen so far, NYNY is a better team as a whole. So, although Headliner played really well today, I don't think he's doing the same carrying. He's not 80% of the roster. He's 33% of the roster, in my opinion, anyway. I think when Bush Quail and Pride want to step up, they absolutely can do. My concern for the Kings of It is that Skills, from me, in day number 1 and in day 2, I think now has proven that he is by far and away the best player on that roster. When you can just tell, we've said it multiple times, when you can just tell that a team is like a much better, or a player is just more aware in terms of their movement and the things that they're doing on the minimap. That's skills to me, at least. So we'll see. Of course, if you guys do want to get your MVP nominations in, you can do so over at Twitter by following ActiveBlizzMedia on Twitter. The poll is out for the next 24 hours or so. But what a start to this search and destroy on Moscow. 789's Hunt picks up that first snipe.
I mean, Hunt is one of those players that is also pretty darn talented. He's been running this kind of overkill MP5 sniper rifle combination on all the maps. And this is our first actual look at 4 p.m. cleanout. So we have no expectations. But as far as 789 is concerned, again, they did get forwarded due to a couple of rounds being disqualified. They still looked like the better team overall, I would say. Just collectively, Ham and Cheese just played well. Merkich played well. And again, Hunt just does so well with this Lawbreaker setup. Merkich gets caught, putting the weapon down. Tedwick, that to be a 1v3. Pretty stock loadout for an M4, just the silencer barrel, which is a bit different than usual. Gets turned around, and 789 take the first round because of it.
Good start from 789, just playing trades overall. Hunt MVP of that first round, of course, with the first snipe, and then closing things out with that MP5 kill at the end. MP5, bit of a weird weapon, to be honest. Do you remember at the start of the game when it was considered the meta submachine gun? It feels like an age ago now, doesn't it, Shift? Because now, of course, we've got the AK-74U, which is a markedly better weapon than the MP5, even though I still get melted by the MP5 in public matches. I go into Nuketown 24/7, and the MP5 is absolutely my nemesis. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's still really strong up close, but the nerf that they made on it was at long range.
Yes,
the damage at distance what really got nerfed, and that hasn't really been touched on the 74U yet. So that's the one reason. Word. Yeah, that's literally the only reason the MP5 is not used, is because the 74 uses better at range. You also remember, like, during the alpha, the Type 821?
Oh, okay.
The Milano? Yeah.
Okay.
That's the same weapon, right?
Oh, the Type 821. Yes. I think so. The Milano, I think it's called the Milano 821 or something like that. Yeah, yes, that weapon was powerful. Really powerful. Like, I played the beta twice, so I played it on my PlayStation 4 and on my PC. Which gave me the reason to, I was like, oh, I'm going to play on PC this year. And, yeah, that Milano was... Ooh, it was nasty. It was nasty, that much just for sure.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's a gross weapon. Anyway.
And then it got nerfed in the ground. It's not good anymore, but...
Yeah, essentially. 4 p.m. clean out. Gonna get this bomb down. Tedwick in a 1 versus 2, and that's a jammer.
No jammers.
Tedwick, no. What are you doing? No jammers, buddy. I don't know if the jammers are banned. Actually, I'm pretty sure they are. Sure, somebody can give us an update on whether or not they are. But
I'm looking there right now.
Jammers, I believe, should not be used. Cud's looking at it. He's like, "Hey guys, there's a jammer here. Somebody want to deal with a jammer?" It's gonna be a defuse for Hunt anyway. 5-0 star for Hunt. Hey ho.
I don't see it
in the restrictions.
No.
Okay, so it's not restricted then. Okay, so our apologies, guys. We're being silly billies.
But I want to say that was one of the reasons why we disqualified a couple, or we forfeited a couple of rounds yesterday. Was because of the jammer.
I'm pretty sure it was the field mics yesterday.
I know for a fact it was the field mics, but I could have sworn that the jammer was also one of it. Maybe I'm just. Maybe
we did see jammers yesterday. I'm not sure whether or not it was the field mics. So it was the field mics. We just had it confirmed to us via production. Apologies. It was the field mic yesterday that had a few teams disqualified for various maps. I can understand why people are sort of executing their field mics. It is a very powerful piece of equipment. That being said, the jammer is arguably not more powerful, but just as powerful. Like,
it's like the opposite, right? Like,
yeah,
the field mic gives you a radar, and the jammer takes one away.
The field mic giveth, the jammer taketh.
Yeah, I mean, they serve opposite purposes, which, to be honest, is good game design. But it's still, I mean, it's just one of those things. I remember in the alpha, I was like, wait, you get a field mic that shows where people are when they walk through it? Why is that in the game? Then we had the jammer, and I was like, oh, that's why, because we can put a jammer down and it just completely counters it. I still think going that far extreme is a little bit much, but that could just be personal preference.
Yeah. Well, 30 seconds on the clock here. Did Hunt just... All right. Don't worry. KSATS is trying to play this tactically, gets the first kill, gets the second as well. That is a really good play from KSATS. The patience to not go for this gunfight, and you're going to see it here, okay? Well, you don't see the start of it, but they actually waited for the information to come through and where the second player was. That patience paid off in dividends.
Mac 10 was also pretty good at that range.
Yeah, well, dude, don't bring the play away from KSATS, okay, Alan?
I'm not.
They
I'm just saying Mac 10's
really
nasty.
well, okay? They're amazing. KSATS,
Look,
you're great.
That right there is his Warzone loadout. I'm going to go ahead and guarantee it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Lawbreaker, M4 with a silencer, a pretty advanced optic, and then a Mac 10 completely dry. Yeah, that's his Warzone loadout. This looks like it's an FFAR and Mac 10 combination, which also is pretty notable in the Warzone scene right now as far as weapons in combination of one another. Ham and Cheesius has scouted this play and will actually force Gray Money back. There are a lot of times off the clock. 50 seconds has gone through. Hunt is making a play into top red, but never saw KSATS. Easy first blood.
Is this a Lawbreaker class with a Mac 10 and an XM4?
Yeah, Freddie, I was just saying that this got to be his
yeah.
Warzone
I
loadout.
thought but I didn't think you'd have an XM4 as like secondary. I thought it was gonna be like an LW3, you know, or a Palantir.
No, I think his
M4
like is his primary, as Mac 10 would be his secondary in this instance. But regardless,
yeah, that's one heck of a zany class. We'll say that much. Warzone or otherwise, that is a zany ass class. It's Merkage now in a 1 versus 3. I think Grey Money spotted him out. Gonna get this bomb down, Merkage. This is gonna be some bad timing for Grey Money there. Merkage comes through with a Mac 10 of his own. He's had enough, gosh darn it. Gets that MAC10 out. Gets the kill with it as well.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. I was gonna say something. I don't know why. I was gonna say XM4, and I tried to fix the stumble by spelling out a Mac 10.
I was like, what? Why are we spelling out the Mac 10 right now?
Oh dear. Look, sometimes casters really struggle with English, okay? And I am English.
It's late for you. I totally give you the pass.
Yeah, just for reference, everybody, it's 1:15 in the morning here in the UK. I'm going to have to get used to doing this, by the way, as well. I've done it, obviously, for the Agency Showdown. I love doing the Agency Showdown. It's always fun. It's
you're going to have to it's going to get later for you when we get to, when we do our 2 weeks of Elite.
So for everybody, I mean, we can advertise it here, actually, because this is still Activision. So Alan and I are having the pleasure of casting Call of Duty Challenges this season, and obviously that goes pretty late. Which you guys should be
the
watching.
mainstream hasn't even started yet for North America.
Yes, exactly. I believe it starts at 1 a.m. our time and finishes at 4.
Yeah, it starts in 15 minutes.
Yeah, so if you guys do want to check that out, feel free to. It's youtube.com/COD Challenges. You should absolutely watch Call of Duty Challenges, because that's the, I won't say the entry level into competitive Call of Duty, but you know, for people wondering sort of what the semi-professional Call of Duty scene looks like, I think it's probably most comparable to, but not really comparable to, college football would be the best way I describe it. Because I know that obviously America loves its not football. So yeah, make sure you guys go check out Call of Duty Challenges. It's amazing, and you might even get to see mine and Alan's faces if you check it out at the right time, and hear our voices.
That's true. Well, 789's in a pretty good spot right here. Well, initially they were. Tedwick's able to find a kill. That will make things a little bit easier. It's a 1v1, and Tedwick caught from behind. Ham and Cheese has a little bit of trouble locking down the kill, but does eventually get it into play. So now 3-2 the current tally. And we've got ourselves a pretty close game, all things said and done.
I think these are really slow rounds from Moscow. I will say that much. Like we've had 5 rounds of action so far, and this has been one of the slowest search and destroys that you and I will have casted over in recent memory. And here's the thing, on Moscow Search and Destroy, normally it is literally just hit A, both teams hit A, and one of these teams is going to come out on top, and that's generally speaking how this goes. That is obviously not the case. 4 PM Cleanout and 789 are being a lot more cautious with their offensive pushes. So much so that Tedwick wants to check the far right back corner of the map just in case those pesky 789 players have managed to TP over across to their spawn. Oh, Tedwick, did he see him? I don't think he saw him.
It doesn't seem so. Now it's just down to who's going to be able to read this play from 789. I mean, there we go. I was going to say, Merkich should have an angle on this, and he does. So now all the blue arrows will start to turn their attention back over to B. They are going to allow this bomb to be planted, though. And as Gray Money runs out, he finds one kill. Hammond Cheesiest should find this trade. Although, okay, there he is, able to lock it down and keeps his life from what was Tedwick out long by the street. Hunt's going to find the snipe onto him. And now it's just down to K-Sats for a 1v2. He's in the apartment windows. There's the easy follow-up kill. 789 going to go up 4-2.
789 looking pretty good. And I will say, you know, it's not like some of the matches we've had so far in the Agency Showdown where one team is just markedly better than their opposition. These teams are actually playing each other really close at the moment. The 4-2 scoreline is coming down to some real clutch situations. I mean, there we saw a great retake coming in from 789. K-Sats was just kind of unable to defend the bomb in that 1 versus 2.
Yeah, it was stuck in a window. I mean,
yeah,
that's the big kind of key. Is it's just so difficult to get out from that position. My typical analysis when it comes to a bomb plant at B for the attackers, you want to set your post plant up around the street just because it gives you a lot more safety, and beyond that, you have a really good look at the inside of the bomb site itself to make sure that there are no diffusers. But that time through it, when you're stuck in the window like that, it's just not a lot you could do. So tough situation, and it's going to be on now to the offense of 789. Otherwise, 4 p.m. clean out. If they could maybe work this first kill over by A, they would have a great numbers position, and they would potentially also drop the bomb. But it's Hunt who actually comes away with the first kill and the second. Ah, man. You think you got the beat on a sniper, and then all of a sudden he's got an MP5 out. That's got to be so frustrating. Not got to be. It is frustrating. We've all been there.
Okay, so that's now in a 1 versus 3. Could well take out Hunt here and open up this round. Hunt's going to get this bomb down. K-Sats may get some really good timing. Unfortunately, again, this is just one of the situations where they took so long to check the bomb that the bomb goes down, and now they find themselves in a whole other world of hurt. 1 versus 3, gotta save 7.5 seconds for the defuse, and players coming around on the flank. 789, I mean, I said this was close, Alan. They're starting to walk away, but now 5-2 in the lead.
And Hunt actually gets 2 opportunities for that opening snipe, and then, I don't know if he was trying to get on top of the dumpster or what, but it doesn't end up being the end of him as he does respond to the player cutting him over to the escalators. So now 5-2, map point. Hunt is 10-3. And on the other side, we just have not seen enough resiliency to deal with not only just him, but also Hammond Cheesiest, who's on 3 kills in a row.
$789. Can they close it out here, Alan? That's the question. 1:15 now on the clock. 4 p.m. clean out. Need a perfect search and destroy game to keep their hopes of going 1-0 up against 789 alive. They were gifted the opportunity to make their way into day number 2 and the top 8. But Merkich going to open up with first blood. Hammond Cheesiest gets those first 2 shots off. Unfortunately, isn't able to finish the gunfight, but I mean, enough damage is already done here, to be honest, Alan. 4 p.m. clean out. They find themselves in a 2 versus 3. They are essentially backed up into the area of the map that we call gold. And Hunt is about to catch these players off guard. Grey Money comes out. Doesn't really matter about the amount of noise that he's about to make. If he actually thinks better of it, and Grey Money somehow gets away unscathed. Tedwick even gets the gunfight against Hunt.
That's where the MP5 struggles. I don't even think Hunt missed a shot, but a bit past short range. The gun falls off massively, and especially versus an XM4. Not often going to win that battle. So 2v2 bomb will be planted, and the defense should be able to rotate over. But can you clutch up this round if you're 789, considering you don't have your big fragger on the table still? Grey Money. FFAR. Smokes it. Merkich needs to make a play, and he's very apprehensive to do so.
Merkich 1 versus 2 to close it out here. Got to get this defuse. Again, there is only realistically 13.5 seconds for them to jump on this bomb. I don't know how likely this is, to be honest with you, Shift. Merkage comes in from behind, gets the first, looking for the second. Actually, has an opportunity. Just going to drop this bomb, and that's a beautiful Semtex. A great 1 versus 2 clutch. Haven't even registered for a second that Semtex lands. What a perfect play. Merkage just flies up the escalators, gets the first kill, no stress at all, and then just yeets the Semtex and says, hang on, Grey Money, do you want to hold this for a second? I just got to defuse this bomb, buddy.
I'm actually surprised that I was going to say, when he threw that nade, I thought it went actually further in. Like, that's actually okay. It's like on the corner. You can see where that explosive impact is. But I thought that nade went much further right initially watching it. Not the case. Definitely still in the radius. Finds the second kill. And now 6-2. That's 1 map in the favor of 789. Looking pretty solid. And I can already picture what that graphic would look like if they win the second map.
My God. Oh my God. Please. Yeah. I'm not a bias caster. I don't bias towards teams generally. That being said, when there is a graphic on the line, on the table,
I'm telling you,
a literal number 7 eating the heck out of the number 9, I want it.
Yeah.
I don't ask for a lot in life. Like I said,
I want to see like some big jaws, like right in like the crevice of the 7 where it goes between the upper bar and the lower one, and then a big bite out of the top of the 9. That's what I want.
Here's my challenge to you as the logo producer, whoever you are, unknown logo producer person or group. You got to fit the number 8 in there somewhere as well. That's the.
I don't think so.
You do.
No,
you have to. That's the Infinity Challenge.
That is not the joke, though. That's not the joke.
It is now.
8 is not a part of the joke. Like the number 8 is not a part of the joke.
I still want it there. You don't have to do that, guys. I'm kidding. You do what you want to do. You produce some pretty good logos. So
this literally has become the most exciting part of this for me. I'm so pumped about these graphics.
I love it. I'm not even gonna lie. I absolutely love the graphics. I love the gameplay, of course, as well. But the graphics are just so fun that I get so excited, like a little child who's waking up at 6 a.m. on Christmas morning. He knows he's got Lego sets ready for him in Robot Wars. Totally not what was me as a child. That's how I get when I know there's logos on the way. 789, they could well get one, and it's a great start once again here on Raid Search and Destroy, the old Black Ops 2 map. We do love to see it here in Black Ops Cold War. 789 going to get this bomb down over at A. And Tedwick, I mean, they're in no man's land for this bomb plant. 40 seconds left on the clock. They're going to get taken out of the situation anyway. Not really a lot for Tedwick to do in that situation, to be honest.
No, not at all. And you also got to keep in mind that Hunt will likely be continuing to bring a sniper rifle to play, so expect him to go down towards A almost every single round looking for that first blood. Either up towards bedroom or from the bedroom down beyond the pool by Tiki. That'd be at least my guess. He's been pretty good with that sniper rifle, so for 4 p.m. clean out, I would be cautious heading over towards the A site. Well, this time actually Hunt will take that sniper rifle over towards B, it looks like. He'll be the only defender over this way, looking for information before his teammates will likely want to rotate back over to him. Tedwick also trying to snipe. Does he see Hunt up top? The jump snipe just a little bit late. Second shot not going to connect, and that'll be it as far as the exchange of snipers so far.
You know what's crazy? I can hit that snipe that Hunt went for there. I mean, I know snipers are not the hardest weapon to use in this game, but I can actually hit that snipe. I've done it before in League play. So I'd love to see it from Hunt here. Unfortunately, moves away from the position KSATS, or Tedwick, sorry, also does, but Grey Money's going to fall. That leaves KSATS in a bit of an awkward position. He has the bomb in the mid-map, has to get through 2 789 players in the kitchen. And actually, you know what? He just decides to completely disregard what I say. He doesn't go through them, goes around them. Tedwick stuns himself with a flash. KSAT's going to fall from the sniper rifle of Hunt, and now Tedwick in a 1 versus 3 situation. They know where he is as well. They're dead to rights. 789, take round number 2.
Yeah, this is looking like a little bit of a mismatch now. And largely it's been because Hunt has taken over. And again, it's just, you can run a sniper and an MP5 without even thinking about it. It makes life so much more difficult. If you cannot find those long-range shots versus Hunt, sniper to sniper, you already know that he's good with the MP5, so the challenge just becomes so difficult.
Mm-hmm. Well, 789 looking pretty good here early on. And as you rightly point out, Alan, it is mostly Hunt. Of course, Merkage and Ham and Cheesiest have their parts to play as well, and Merkage is playing it to perfection. Opens proceedings with that first blood, but a nicely placed nade from Grey Money. It's going to take out Hunt. 7, 8, 9 now find themselves in a 2 versus 2 here, Alan. Looking to put this bomb down over towards A. K-Sats is the closest player that could potentially deal with this.
All right, well. This is going to come down largely to timing. Although it doesn't look like 4 p.m. Hello, they're shooting at each other. It doesn't look like they want to play for the full wrap back around. And at a certain point here, 35 seconds, you've got to make a play if you're 7-8-9. Grey Money coming around the corner. Oh, boy.
No.
Oh, no, boy. No. Okay. Yikes, Merkage.
No.
Now, K-Sats. He's giving away his position as well. Although, Merkage is just going to smoke himself and then play for the plant. K-Sats coming down, makes a lot of noise, tagged up, and taken care of. 3-0 upper 7-8-9.
Well, if you couldn't see him, you can most certainly hear him. K-Sats is officially the noisiest player ever. He takes the shots when he doesn't need to, and then flies out of the window, breaking it in the process. That would have been such a good play, to be fair, if he would have just flown towards the bomb and maybe gone for the diffuser, or the planter, sorry. Yeah. But, again, as we always say, shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's not going to happen. 7-8-9 with a third round straight here, Alan. They're looking very good, and 4 p.m. clean out, they need to find something.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be, oh boy. Hunt. Nice shots. Pressure was established, but K-Sats falls. He's 0-4, by the way. I mean, compare that to last round. Not good news. Ham and Cheesiest also finds his 4th kill in the round, just on the Tedwick. That'll be 1 kill. He's going to try to plant for the bomb. Merkage is coming up behind this. Does he check? He does. Gets the kill. Plenty of time, obviously, for the defuse. It's going to be 4-0 up.
7-8-9 again. I mean, I don't know what you even change if you're a 4 p.m. clean out at this point, to be honest with you, Alan. Like, what do you do? Because you're getting smoked.
I don't know.
Like, I think it's just one of those awkward situations where a lot of it is down to you're doing the right things from a fundamental perspective. It's just you're not winning the gunfights. And it is just as simple as that sometimes. If you're not winning the gunfights, what can you do, realistically? Not a lot, I think, is the answer overall. And that's what's being shown in the scoreline right now. 7-8-9. Walking away with this game of Search and Destroy and the series at large. 4 p.m. clean out. Sorry. What do they have to offer here?
Well, they don't really want to leave spawn, it seems like. So that's a thing. I mean, I was going to say maybe what you could do here is to try to play more collectively and be a little bit more patient, but this is taking it to the extreme. I mean, they're not even leaving spawn. I mean, this is just a sheer lack of confidence. So feels like only a matter of time. Looking like a 6-0s of the cards here for us. Just comes down to 7-8-9. You know, are they going to actually go and plant this bomb immediately? They're still looking for information. And 4 p.m. cleaners, they're not even leaving spawn. I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, this is a strat, right?
This is weak.
Well, I'd like to not be as savage as Alan. I'll say that 4 p.m. clean out here. I kind of like the strategy in a way, and it is inadvertently actually working at the moment. They're waiting for 7-8-9 to make the push. The unfortunate thing is, as soon as 7-8-9 do make the push, which is what we're seeing from Merkage right now with the slow turtle call towards the bomb, well, actually, ignore what I was about to say, because Tedwick actually gets that gunfight against Merkage. The bomb is now down. A lovely snipe back, though, from Hunt.
Got to plant.
You've got to plant, though. 7-8-9 have taken so long waiting for 4 p.m. clean out to push them that they now find themselves in a situation where they don't have enough time to plant. Hunt gets this bomb up, but it's not going to make a difference, and that's around 4 p.m. clean out. The strategy works, man. They just sat back in their spawn, and they did nothing, and they won the round.
I will not validate that play.
Do it.
Nope.
Do it.
Nope. Do it. Do it. I can't do a good Emperor Palpatine voiceover. I'm not good at that voice.
I can do it, but I'm not doing it.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, right. 4 p.m. clean out. They look pretty good there. You say you don't want to validate the play, but it somewhat did actually work. Hey, they're going for it again. This time around, though, there's a plot twist. They're on the offense. Oh, it works. It works. Trust me.
There's literally nothing that you can say. There's nothing to say about this.
I can say
outside of the fact that you have to move eventually. So we'll wait 60 seconds and then maybe see a play. That's essentially what's going to happen here in the next 15 seconds to 20 seconds.
What'd you have for dinner today, Alan?
I haven't had dinner yet.
You haven't had dinner yet? I keep on forgetting that you guys are not. You're not at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I usually don't eat until like 9 o'clock at night.
Really? That's not dinner, dude.
Well, that's just like how my schedule works out with all the stuff that's going on with the CDL and everything.
You're a busy man.
Yeah.
Ain't got
so, I mean, this week especially, dude. Like super week, like
super week, dude.
So much Call of Duty.
It's super. Hey, talk about all this Call of Duty, right?
Are they gonna get here to plant in time? Yeah, just barely.
The strategy works, Alan. 4 p.m. clean out. They seem to have got it down now, but Merkage in a 1 versus 2. KSATS is really doing well to keep an eye on this bomb. Tedwick goes on the flank, though. Picks up that last gunfight. And hey, 4 p.m.'s clean out strategy. They've changed it up, and it's working really well. Just play passive until something happens to you.
I don't know.
Be positive, Alan. Positivity.
It's just like, it's like we're not even playing Search and Destroy though. It's like we're waiting for 60 seconds and then TDMing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's worked a couple of times, sure. But how long is that act going to keep up? You wonder. 7, 8, 9 are going to try to go back over to A again. It's the exact same setup for 4 p.m. clean out. They're just going to wait.
7, 8, 9, I think maybe getting a little bit more aggressive this time around, Alan. 4 p.m. clean out. On the defense, playing just as passive as ever. This time around, though, as we've said, on defense, it's a much more viable strategy, and it worked out pretty well last time as 7, 8, 9 went for this A push. Tedwick in back basketball had eyes on the bomb, and there, the exact same thing happens again. Tedwick with eyes on bomb gets that opening gunfight. This time around, though, 7, 8, 9 aren't being passive in their approach to making sure they get this bomb down. Hammond Cheesiest has made his way up the map and is ready to take out Tedwick. If he does this, this will be full bomb control in for 7, 8, 9, and that's exactly what happens. Merkage takes out KSATS as well, and now Grey Money in a 1 versus 2. You've got to move from spawn, Grey Money. There's 15 seconds left. They're not going to push you.
Smokes will stop his approach for a time. It actually allows him to move a little bit maybe further forward than he would have wanted to initially. But the problem is you got to break through this post-plant setup right around the open stairs. And Grey Money is going to go all the way around. This is going to be hard pressed. He's going to have to find both of these kills immediately and then hop onto the bomb. And, well, he was apparently going to try to wrap all the way around the back. There's not enough time for that play. 5-2. One more round will do it. 7, 8, 9.
That was just a misplay, to be honest. And I know that sounds obvious, but if you're in a 1 versus 2 and there's 15 seconds left on the clock, sure, you pushing could result in your death, but you not pushing is going to result in a bomb plant. Like, only in 1 out of 1,000 times are 2 players not going to plant that bomb in that situation, and unfortunately, it does result in 7, 8, 9 putting themselves on match point. This could be the final search and destroy round we see today, Alan. 4 p.m. clean out. Once again, looking to play aggressive here, or play passive, sorry, here. If they push this mid, Hammond Cheesiest is there under the tree waiting. for Tedwick to push this corner. There's also Grey Money there as well. A Semtex could actually take him down. A well-placed Semtex as well, as it does exactly that.
All right. Well, now what? All three members are going to try to make a play over towards A. Merkage is the only defender that's here for now. Hunt is looking to maybe rotate if required, and if the information is good... Oh, no, Tedwick fell off the map. I was like, wait a second, did he go into the pool? No, he jumped right off the map. And now Merkage, long-range shots, has peppered up a couple. He should have read that both players are here. Hunt, mid-map, has also scouted out Grey Money, who is just pushing.
Okay.
Time is going to be a bit of a problem here, but he could potentially find one kill. Down to 11 seconds. Shots coming in.
Guys, please.
He's going to turn around for this. He has to find the kill. Not enough time for the plan anymore. He's got to find the elimination. Hunt has gone over to basketball. This timing, though, could be good, and it will be. Oh, man.
I'm watching through my eyes, Alan. I'm watching through the fingers.
I was about to say, you should be watching through your eyes.
Dude, I'm tired. Leave me alone. Oh. That was so tense. Ironically, it should have been, because that should have just been a plant, and then maybe we saw a 1 versus 2 come out, but actually, 4PM Cleanout actually ended up doing the better thing in that situation, which, of course, is going for the gunfight. I don't know if it was fundamentally the better play, but it does work out for them in the end.
Right.
And now, 4PM Cleanout just will refuse to die here. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll have much choice in the matter for now, though, as Hamachesius does pick up KSATs. And now 789 find themselves an advantage, and they are the ones that puts this bomb down in the round. This is, I think, the problem for 4PM Cleanout is their passive play. It kind of works when you're on the defense, but at the same time, 789 are so good at pulling off these sort of plants that as soon as this bomb goes down, 4PM Cleanout, they have to switch to aggression very quickly.
And again, there's all three of them are running smokes. So that one play from Tedwick will be denied either by snipers or by smokes. This time it's by snipers. Grey Money 1v3 to try to extend the map. Not looking all that plausible, as he's going to make a long wrap over to Laundry. There's no one even close to this part of the map, though. Merkage, again, feeling a little anxious about trying to plant this. We'll just try to stretch, and it will go down successfully. So, Grey Money, what's the play here, brother? 1v3 situation. You gotta go. And not that way.
Not that way, Grey Money. Hey, I mean, to be fair, he could still do this if he, like, snapped onto all three players, but time is a factor. Hunt was actually pre-aimed in the angle with the sniper rifle, and, well, I was really trying to be positive there at the end, but there's only so much positivity you can have when Hunt's got a sniper rifle in hand and is snapping like that. And Hunt & Co. are our fourth and final team. It's going to be 789 in the semi-finals tomorrow alongside our 3 other candidates left in the third US Agency Showdown. Alan, though, that's day number 2 done and dusted. We've had quite a lot of search and destroy to cast today.
And I think we got the best 4 teams into this final day. That was pretty convincing, I think, all the way through. I mean, all 4 of these matches were 2-0s. Now, granted, I thought I was going to see a better performance from Fire Breathing Rubber Duckies and a farm team initially, but I think it was more of not them showing up more than it was their opponents just came to play. So we've got NYNY playing up against Flicka for the first semifinal tomorrow. And then it'll be the Kings of It versus 789 for the second. Those will still be best of 3s. And then the grand finals will be occurring right after that. That will be a best of 5. So, I'm not going to lie here. I don't really know which match I'm more excited for, because all 4 of these teams showcase some great overall play. And I think all 3 players on each of these 4 teams have showed up. I think surprisingly from Flicka's standpoint, I mean, we were getting participation from players that were, I won't say doing nothing the first day, but they were definitely not playing that they were there. So, yeah, I'm kind of lost to make a prediction right now. This would be 2 really good semis.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to say I'm more excited for NYNY versus Flicker. I think that's the matchup that really does sort of get me going, as it were. You know, NYNY, they're a full squad of talented players, even though Headliner really did step up to the plate today. And for Flicker, I think it's much the same thing. And of course, it's always nice to see Chet McSteel turn up to any show. And
we do love Chet McSteel.
We do love a bit of Chet McSteel, as we excitedly ready ourselves for the final day of action. Just before we go, guys, make sure you're following ABMedia on Twitter to know when we do go live tomorrow, and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel Activision Blizzard Media for all this Agency Showdown action and future Agency Showdowns that will be happening. These tournaments are also awesome, and you should subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to get notifications, of course. And on that Twitter right now is the poll for MVP, which we'll be announcing tomorrow. I believe 2 players are still in there, which is, I want to say, the headliner and skills. I want to say the 2 players still in. Of course, you can vote for the other 2 players as well, but they're not still in the tournament. So day number 2 is out of the way. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Alan, for joining me for this wonderful ride through some zany Search and Destroy. We do love it, as always, and I love casting with you. We'll be back tomorrow around the same time for the final matchups. Make sure you guys tune in. We'll see you tomorrow.